Okay, so last we left off, the group wandered through the city of Pyro, meeting with Victoria Dania, the old friend of Bryn, and hearing about a pale-handed assassin. You spoke to the captain before making your way to the Temple District, Sidon and Slab meeting with Helene, who was not as you all expected. Sidon, Slab, and Helene then exited the Shrine of the Moon. We ended last time with her saying that she had an imaginary friend named Neve, which is obviously a familiar name to a few of you. So, what are you three doing? You two doing?
Helene? Neve? You know that's I think it's a real person. Like a champion of, Solista.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Is that the one you've been hallucinating as well?
Kinda.
Do you have a Neve too?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
It's
No, I've got the original.
Plus 10 attack power.
I've got the original.
She got the holographic Neve.
Fat gay Pikachu Neve.
She just comes in in like a vision. But I think it's like a real person. I think we should go to the House of the Sun. Meet up with Cass, and maybe she could give some more pointers into it. Because I think this might be more her thing.
Sorry.
Well, you did say we were meeting your friends, so I think that's what we're doing. And Cass sounds like a friend.
Let's go.
Simon, you're sweating.
Well, I'm just a little bit shooketh. I didn't expect. Shooketh, yeah.
We're also in the desert.
I can't find that word in the dictionary.
Let's head over to the House of the Sun and
like my
meet up with
martini,
Cass.
shooketh, not stirreth.
Yeah, so the three of you walk over to the House of the Sun, which is the building next to it. And do I have a description? I think I did.
Hey, you guys are neighbors. And they were roommates.
Well, am I right in believing that Odaluna and Solista are sisters?
No.
They're not.
They're just
I
like
thought they were
they're like the opposite. Solista and Ophina, so nature and like light, like fire and earth are sisters.
Okay.
So the House of the Sun, I can't remember if I described it last time. It is a building that is built from like sandstone and polished brass and like bronzy metals. Uses like rigid pillars and spirals to the sides that look like solar flares. The entrance is flanked by two statues of angels with like flames coming from them. And you enter and you can see a number of people like sitting down, some praying. You do see Maeve and Cassian are standing there kind of awkwardly. While Cass is praying, like you can see the three people as well as some other like clerics and other people praying.
As we go in, does Helene have any reaction? Weird question. Does she go through any type of transformation? Does she take on more of an appearance of Neve, or is
she turns into a giant Voltron cat?
With her power combined. No, so
Captain Earth.
She looks around like she's seen the place before, and is just like taking in the space. She doesn't go Super Saiyan.
Okay. I go over to Maeve and Cassian. How long has Cass been praying? I don't want to interrupt her.
How long has Cass been praying?
It's been about 10 minutes to my count.
I kind of stopped counting. I was staring off into space.
This
sure
is
she'll be done soon.
We found her.
This is Helene.
Oh, hello.
She gives like a hi.
He's gonna like hold out a hand for a handshake.
Oh, you should have been there.
She does like a handshake, but she moves her entire arm
Oh,
with the handshake. Hi, I'm Helene.
hello. I hope he didn't put you off too much.
Well, I was a bit confused.
Side eye, Sidon.
Hey, I was expecting like some crazy, super powerful
Xena.
demon hunter, but
I'm sure
it's
this lady is
very different.
powerful. Smiles, like white person smiles at the woman
At the
in
camera.
her own way. Is Sidon going to tell me that he said, "I have been sent here to kill you by a demon lord"?
Yeah,
Is he going to leave that part out?
I was very much fully honest with her. I told her the exact reason I was here.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm going to like look at it's Helene, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at Helene and just like mouth the word, "I'm so sorry."
Section.
Had popcorn and everything.
Look, honesty is the best policy when it comes to something like that, especially if you're not going to actually go through with it.
Right, but how would she have known you had no follow through?
I mean, he hasn't heard me yet. So.
He
Yeah,
won't. Don't worry.
And
Will you?
to be fair, no.
Thank you.
to be fair, like if I did do anything, I wouldn't just go in and be like, "This guy sent me." Like, nah, I wouldn't do that.
The Howler sends his regard.
How's he punches her in the face?
Yeah, you see?
Good to know.
Yes.
He has some self-control.
Another thing, she has an imaginary friend, but called Neve.
Maeve's gonna be like, huh? About that because like she also has imaginary friends, but she doesn't know in what context this is.
Yeah, no, imaginary friend's called Neve, which is the same name as the woman who's appeared to me in visions, who is like Celesta's champion.
Oh.
Neve, Celestial Spear of Light, according to
My notes.
my notes. Yeah.
This is did Maeve know about Neve already? I don't think you've told us, right?
I think the
Said that
name's
I've-
been mentioned, yeah.
I know you've definitely mentioned that someone had come to you and.
I think you would all, if it's not actually been brought up, I think everyone would know of her and like the vague connection.
Okay.
Who was the one that Artron and Sidon met?
He was named Erevan. He was.
I've just
an
searched my
Mundu.
notes, and I don't think that Simon's ever mentioned it to Archon.
But you were there. You were there when Erevan, because Erevan's the one who gave me the name Neve.
He did, yeah.
He did. Okay.
You were there, yeah.
Okay. What's that then?
So Maeve doesn't know a lot of this. So Maeve's gonna be
You
like,
you wouldn't know all of it, but you definitely know the name and like you
Yeah,
would
that's
know
what
the name.
If
You would
it-
know
if
the
I didn't
name.
mention the name, that's why I was like, it's.
You would
I
know the
did
name
mention-
and the person who is Neve is linked to the.
Oh,
dreams
yeah, tell
and
light
visions.
is in session 17, yeah. Sorry, Dream Lady.
oh, so the choice you had between the two doors, that lady.
No, well, I don't. That's debatable, but I do know the 2 other times I saw her. That was Neve.
Mhm.
Once in the lake, and then the second time in the moon ceremony thing.
As you guys are talking, Helene like is walking over to the main statue of Celesta, just like staring up at it.
Does she get out much?
I don't know. We just met her today.
It didn't seem like it. She looks like she asked whoever was in there with her, like a god. She
High
asked if
priest.
she could come out. High priest.
Mm.
Yeah, he asked her. She asked him if she could go out today, because she hadn't been out today. So,
I see.
yeah.
She's more
I
socially
don't
awkward
know.
than Sidon.
She's also been injured. Looks like a stab wound from like a spear.
Hmm.
It's got some weird power associated with it.
Yeah, because Helene's kind of looking up at the statue, like back towards you, looking up the statue. So you can probably see that like mark at her like lower back, that was pointed out before that I was talking about.
Okay.
Honestly, Maeve, I'm very confused. I don't know why this Demon Lord wants this person. It's not what I expected a Demon Lord to be scared of.
What I will ask is, Cass, how long do you think you're praying, and how much are you listening while you're praying?
2 more hours.
That would be funny, but no. Cass wouldn't really be listening to anything else while she's praying. It's like solely focused on praying and the ceremony. I would say maybe 15 minutes in total.
Okay, so probably around this time, you like come out of the prayer and see Sidon, Slab, the people who you came in with, and this woman looking up at the statue. And I will say, you do vaguely recognize Helene, because you would have been in Pyra at the same time. If you want to make me a history check, I can give you a bit more information.
Sure. There we go, history, don't fail me. 14.
14? Oh yeah. Yeah, you recognize her. Around you've seen her, both around the Temple District and Shrine of the Moon, Shrine of the Sun, things like that. So yeah, you recognize her.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Have we met each other?
I'm not very good with faces. Maybe? You look like a cleric, so probably. Hi, I'm Helene.
I think I have seen you before.
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, my name is Castel. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Helene. Points to everyone else. Do you know them? They were pointing over at you before.
Yes.
Oh
They
my
are my-
gosh!
Hello, Sidon.
I could just picture him just like, hello.
Hello, Sidon.
Hey, you guys.
Do you need me to remove another curse?
No, actually, I was wondering if maybe you knew something. Helene has an imaginary friend called Neve, but I'm leaning towards more of the idea that maybe she's just been visited by that celestial spear, the champion of Celestia, or whatever it is. So it just seems more like your wheelhouse, but potentially.
Can I make a religion check to recall information about the
I don't
was
think
the spear
I don't
of
think you
Celesta?
need to. I think you've made it before, or I've told you information before on her. So Neve is, as Sidon was saying, if I don't get it wrong, Neve is one of, if not the main, champion of Celesta. She I'm trying to find out my notes. You would know, as being a devout cleric, you would know that she does reside in the God Realm in Celestia, and she cannot physically interact with the world for some reason. Actually, I'll say make a religion check for that. So if I can tell you the reason.
19.
19. I'll say, yeah, with a 19 and being a cleric of Celestia, you would know that the reason why she cannot physically interact with Periphalon and the world in general is that she was at one point mortal, and she died in service of Celestia, and she was killed in a battle, left a corruption in her, and because of that she was taken back to Celestium and hasn't been able to return since. You don't know time frames on that, but it was a long time ago. And because she cannot return physically, she acts through people to try and help the world, to try and rid the world of evil and corruption and chaos and things like that. The only thing I will say, this is slightly off topic, for Archeron and Drac, who are in the Temple of the Unseen Path, you feel like we'll say, Drac, you feel like a tap on your leg, and you see Sen, the cat, looking up at you, beckoning you to follow.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go to Archer and like tap him on the shoulder. You done soon?
Outron has been, when he sat down, he put what? Sorry, I was coughing my lungs out. So when he sat down initially, he basically got some pens and paper. Clearly, hadn't got what he wanted. You saw him put this ring on the, it's like a donut, like save the church roof tray, I guess. He put the ring on there, and then kind of like it, almost like he'd porridged out, like he completely, was staring into the middle distance.
So weird that context.
And when you tap him on the shoulder, he like snaps back to it, like, and he look around, like his eyes are darting. He's a little bit more on edge than he was when he first came in. Yeah.
You alright?
Um,
You look a little bit more
speak.
like uptight than usual.
Well, great. Yeah, I think so. I just, I think I felt it.
Felt
the
what?
The thing, the thing that came out. He looks around to see if anyone's overhearing, and he leans in close. You know the thing that made me attack you.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I
progress.
felt it.
Yay.
What?
Progress. I guess.
No. Kind of. I think I need to talk to everyone about it. Later, maybe.
Speaking of everything, I think Sen wants us to follow him. And I point at Sen.
He's just looking up at you.
Okay.
If you're done, that is. Otherwise.
I think I've. Yeah. I wouldn't mind going into the BYOG temple at the top a little bit later, but yeah.
The
Bring
what
your own god temple. Yeah, bring your own god. The
okay.
generic
Like to
temple.
go there.
Yeah.
Choose your own god, attention.
Choose your character.
So he-
Japan.
Insert an unnamed Nintendo fighter game.
Yes. Could be
yeah.
anything.
So follows the cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so say you guys walk in just after Cass and Helene introduce themselves to each other, and you see the entire group, along with I think you probably would recognize the description of Helene.
So what is
Hey,
everyone
guys.
doing here?
Hello.
Weren't you going to
party
like,
in the Sun
different-
Sidon found his friend.
Hi, I'm Simon's friend.
Oh, hey,
Really?
I'm Drac.
I'm everyone's friend. I'm Helene. Hi.
Oh, hi, Helene. I'm Archeron.
I'm actually
So,
glad
Poseidon-
you're here, actually, Ultron. Same with...
Are you not normally glad that I'm here?
No, I meant... Well, I was going to find you...
I can take my
In
business
it.
elsewhere. He says,
No,
half
I
joking.
was going to find you in a bit, after I spoke to Cass, but Helene had an injury. The priest in the Shrine of the Moon told us it was like an attempt on her life. It's got a weird power associated with it. The priest said it's like divine in nature, and I was hoping maybe either you or Cass, one of you, could maybe try and figure it out.
Well, I am very touched that you believe me to be so special cleric. I am not very special in any way. I'm just
It's not true.
I'm
Everyone's
kind
special.
of below average,
I'm
actually.
just kidding.
I'm just Cass.
Mhm.
Well, I can, looking a little bit taken aback at the defeatist attitude of the cleric. Well, if you're unable to assist. Do you have the spell guidance by any chance?
Yes.
Well, I can have a look. Slab, may I ask a quick favor?
Yes.
Do you have either the spell Enhanceability or anything
I
like
have
that?
enhanceability as well.
Well, but you have
Only one.
guidance. Yes.
Yeah, I think
concentration.
enhanceability would be better.
No, it's a D4. I think
Advantage
I personally
versus
prefer
D4.
guidance.
Helene
Yeah,
says,
but-
Helene says, I can help if you want.
Oh, do you have Enhanceability?
I have guidance.
Well, okay, Cass, if you can cast Enhanceability, I believe it's the Eagle one, the Smarty Pants one.
Eagle's Splendor is
Splendor, yes.
charisma.
Fox's Cunning.
Fox's Cunning is wisdom.
Oh, Fox. Owls.
No, wait.
Wisdom is.
Owl's wisdom.
Yeah, Fox Cunning is.
Fox's Cunning
intelligence.
is.
Yeah, okay,
It feels,
yeah,
Cunning feels like it should be wisdom.
I was going to say, isn't all
I
I've got
think
is
Cunning
bless.
should be Charisma, but I don't know. That's just
Can't you just take the beaver or something?
Beaver's teeth.
Yeah.
You gain a gnawing speed.
So if you can hit me with that, if you can guide me, Slab, can you inspire me bardically?
You can do it!
Power solo!
Okay,
So
so I have
yeah.
advantage
So
a D4,
Cass is
and
sorry.
plus 11.
Helene's giving you guidance.
Yeah.
Cass is giving you
Enhanceability.
enhanceability. Slab's
Yeah.
giving you a bardic. What were you doing?
D8.
To believe!
Maeve's
We
giving you
did.
side eye.
He's giving you side eye.
No, Otra!
I worked this out. I could potentially hit a DC 42 check if I roll max.
And then is there anything else? You
nice.
have what check are you
Bardic,
making?
and I already have a D4.
D4.
from
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say what if it's an
thing, and
intelligence check, then yeah.
I cast Mantle of the Moonlight on me, which is a D6.
God. What are you okay? Before you do it, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get. So basically, right, everyone get ready to cast. Before we cast, let's write down
we
a
got a
list of
minute.
questions because we've only got a minute.
Give me an A. Give me an R.
Wait,
So
why a
what
minute?
did you want me to do?
Because a guy's lost a minute.
Yeah, no, it's my spell that lasts a minute.
Your spell
Like
lasts-
kinds of cantrips,
That's
you
true.
just keep fucking
Yeah,
casting.
but I
Mine
said
only-
she's not gonna be looking.
Yeah,
She's
mine
gonna be
lasts an
turning
hour.
around. Yeah. So what are you trying to do? What checks are you making? What are you trying to learn?
So okay, right, wait. Let's roll back. You want me to find out what she's been attacked by, or if the attack has been?
Yeah, or if it's like dangerous or cursed. Like I was told it's like
Um,
divine in nature, or
I assume it's dangerous because
Well,
it was an attack, but
no, I know that, but I meant like because so she was attacked about 3 years ago, according to some of the people over at the Shrine of the Moon, and I don't know if like the wound is dangerous, and apparently the wound still hurts every now and then. I was wondering if maybe you could figure out why.
What it is, basically.
Yeah.
okay. So we want
I
to know
assume she was attacked by a
what the
spear.
attack is. Helena, can you tell me anything about the attack? Day, night, weapon, claw.
Sorry, I have trouble remembering things.
According to
okay.
the guys over
And
at the Shrine of the Moon,
I
they-
can't really. I don't. It's all sort of foggy. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Will we
well,
be
no,
able to
that's
see
okay.
what how the scar is? Is it like, does it look like a slash, a stab?
Well, I think
established it was a lightning bolt on
Sidon
the
got
forehead,
before. Sidon got before. I think he made a medicine check. That it appeared to be like a piercing wound, like a stab. Could have been like from a dagger or a short sword or something. You know, something that pierces rather than slashes. Like mid to lower back.
Boost, I can. And so before anyone casts a spell, would you mind if I just have a look at it before we try to do anything on that? Okay, so
She intentionally she changed so you can see if she just turns around, you can see it like at the lower back. It's like you go on,
Does
sorry.
it hurt if I am I okay to try to touch it? Okay, I tried to touch it.
It doesn't hurt. How do I describe it? Look through. Let me look at my notes just to double make sure I get it all
Simon,
right.
why
Does
don't
it look
you
like
search for
a?
life cleric?
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you: Does it? Because
because
I've
you're
been
the only
past it,
cleric I do.
does it look anything like the Scar of the Land?
No. It's like a. from what you can tell, it's like a point that has been stabbed, and there's almost like a bit of. I know you just said lightning bolt, that's not right. Like cracks, if that makes sense, around it. It's almost like the point where it impacts looks to be. The skin's slightly more grey than the rest of her skin. Like obviously she's got pretty pale skin, but it's like slightly more like desaturated.
Okay.
And there are a few
anything like my scar?
No.
No, okay.
I mean, the only similarities would be that it's like a vague circle shape, but not
Okay.
nothing.
And when you say cracked, I'm assuming like the classic, I've been bitten by a zombie and the infection's running at my arm kind of style, like vein cracked rather than cracked in the skin, or is it
more like cracks in the skin?
Okay.
But not like. I would say cracks in the skin, more like. Yeah, I think cracks in the skin. I'm trying to think of a way to word it. If you look at like your hand, you know, like the lines in your palm, sort of like that coming from the point, but not too much.
And before I'm just going to check see if this is a thing I can do, because it might not be a thing I can do with everything else going on. I'm assuming that we've tried to detect magic on it.
I can do
I'm
that.
assuming I think I asked the guys over at the Shrine of the Moon if they've done anything like that, and they said yes. And what they told me, they couldn't really find a school of magic, but they could tell it was more divine in nature and not really like chaotic or
Okay.
anything like
Maeve,
that.
would you mind checking? I trust your judgment far more than someone I haven't met.
I will cast Detect Magic on it.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to cast Identify on it. Okay.
So the detect magic. Just need to see if I do have anything written specifically down. It is so you detect magic. You like it's Scar. It's you said 3 years, so it's pretty far gone. You feel from that point, that like the Scar is like the Scar's like mainly there. It looks. There is like a ball of light that is your detect magic, radiating from that spot, and it appears to be like strong. The closest it's like nothing specific, but the closest I could give is abjuration evocation. If I was to put a school of magic on it, one of the two, if not both. But it appears to be powerful.
Are you able to dispel the magic, Maeve?
I can try.
Sorry, you're casting Identify for.
I'll do that as my. As she's doing that, I will do my Identify as a action ritual, but it'll still take me a minute.
Okay.
I will do that.
I assume you do that before she attempts to dispel it, right?
Oh yeah. So while she's detecting the magic on there, yeah. Let me just see if I can do that. I've already shit. Okay, wait 10 minutes. You okay standing there for 10 minutes, Helena?
Helene. Yeah.
Helene. Sorry. Why have I written Helena?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well,
Oh,
just
correct.
change that. Is that Helene?
E-N-E. Helene.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense than the fucking nonsense word I made up.
Helene is a name.
I identify or try to identify.
Just reminds me of I Spy with my little eye game.
I Spy with my Identify.
Sorry, I must have used my ritual already today, and I can't remember what I've done for it. I think I did something stupid. Comprehend language, presumably. That's my normal one. Apologies. So yes. Well, perhaps if we can get you a chair. But I tell you what, I will stand behind you, and you can discuss with the group rather than have you face out, because I will be here for a few moments. And it's a bit rude, so I'll lift up my chair.
Can you remind
no
me?
offense to you, H1 and Maeve, but surely in the time she has gotten injured, other people have done this already.
Well, we're not sure, are we? We can't tell for sure.
Well, we can just ask her.
And
she's right here,
She says she struggles to remember. Perhaps she's misremembering.
Fair point.
What about the priests over at the Shrine of the Moon who've told me that they've done stuff like this.
1 second. I'm going to.
Disregard
I don't have
that
it.
argument.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
cast
have-
disregard information.
No, I don't. I was going to send a message on Minor Illusion, but I don't have them at the moment. I'm gonna as she's like getting into.
Didn't you cast sending today?
I did cast sending, but I don't have a message, and I'm not wasting a
Oh.
3rd level spell.
I mean, you
so
wouldn't
I
have
can
you
go
wouldn't
over
be
a
close
whisper
enough
to Sidon. I'll go over a whisper to Sidon. What if it's the priest who've done this to her?
Didn't
I
like
have
a
no
close
idea.
in my ear then.
If it is, then we get her away from.
Well, we can just. These are basic things. I also like to do my own experiments and research. I like to make sure.
No,
that's done properly.
I definitely
Maeve
agree
is
with the
a
identifier
very
spell.
capable,
That's kind of why I wanted
exceptionally,
it.
well, she's an exceptionally capable wielder of the magical forces. I don't think I'm a slouch myself, so we try these basic things, and then I will try the old wimmy wham wham wazzle on it and see if
Well,
that helps.
the specific reason as to why I wanted to find you was for the identifier.
The wimmy wham wham
they-
wazzle, yes.
Yeah, they didn't they said they detected magic, but I don't think they told me what it was, and they had no clue themselves. So identify was like the best thing. So that's why I thought you.
Well,
And they told me it was divine in nature, and that's why I thought gas.
divine, darling, simply divine. Okay,
Mhm.
well, this way we'll at least be sure of the results, and that it hasn't been perhaps misremembered, shall we say? So yeah, I will sit behind. So she's facing the group, and then I'm kind of like behind her, like like a puppeteer, just getting out loads of shit, like lighting candles and all sorts, like clattering about. And I start doing my thing. This is going to take a few minutes, people. You might have a conversation, perhaps if there's a little shop, an iced tea, slice of cake.
Get some godly
Literal
goods.
god, I have a question.
Hi.
Is it considered disrespectful to be doing these things inside of the temple?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm not spray painting the chairs. I'm casting identify.
No, but we're standing around just casting spells left and right in a temple meant for prayer.
I mean,
Then I
you're
started
not
blasting.
fighting. You're not like casting fireball. I mean, actually,
Oh,
No,
fireball would
we're
be
but
fine.
usually
You're not-
in
Speaking
churches,
of
you're not allowed
which-
to just hang around.
I mean, it's fine. There's space. Not too much.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
presumably we're not like in the middle of the pews.
Yeah, probably. I assume it's sitting in like a corner, like not a corner, but you know, like at the side.
We're in the like tourist area. You know, when people go around churches, like,
Oh, is there a gift shop?
like cathedrals, where they just walk around looking at all the stainless glass fucking windows.
Yeah, we're at the gift shop bit.
Yeah, so while Archeron is casting Identify, is there anything you guys are talking amongst yourselves or with Helene or whatever?
So, Sidon, about... Like, I understand I might be the only cleric you know, but
I'm a cleric.
we're in a
yes.
temple, you can just ask around.
Yeah, but
Like, if there ever was a place you could find a life cleric in, it would be this one.
yeah,
Well, maybe not this specific
Yep.
temple, but, you know.
but you're my buddy, so I thought that maybe you could help. And it saves me talking to a random person and then messing it up.
Yeah, you know, like body rates.
Mates race.
So
That
basically
sounds so
free.
dirty. I don't like the way you said that.
Well,
Well, I
you know how to
appreciate
make
your well, I appreciate your confidence in me. I don't specialize in healing.
I wasn't really asking for healing. Well, maybe healing, but I was more asking if you knew anything about it because of its nature.
Well, I know a lot about the spear of Solista. She used to be one of the greatest clerics of Solista. She
would know she used to
died,
be a
and that's
monk.
why she was a monk,
Sorry.
very devoted to Solista, and she died in her service, and that's why she appears like an imaginary friend. Like, she paused a little bit to like look at the reaction of.
And he's not listening.
Okay, yeah.
Head in the clouds.
Yeah.
He used
Just
to be a
keep
monk. I don't think
Yeah.
I knew that.
What could say the greatest monk to ever live? But that's my bias speaking.
That's because she was cool and had fire.
Well, no, she wasn't cool. She was following a cool person, and she died for someone cool.
Actually,
coolest
she was
person ever.
She was following a very hot person, not a cool person.
Yeah, the hottest of them all. So hot, in fact, you could tell that she was on fire.
Whoa. Yeah, so you cast Identify, Archer. Can you remind me what Identify says when it's in regards to a person? Because I couldn't.
Well, so this is where it gets a little bit fruity. It tells me spells that are under the effect of, I think is the exact wording. Yada yada yada. Let me just...
Broadcasting, learn what spells, if any, are affecting it. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's not a specific spell because that's very rarely the case, at least for NPCs. The closest, with your knowledge, that you could get would be like a very powerful version of the spell Contingency.
Oh.
But like, so powerful that probably can be dispelled by normal means. And for those who don't know, Contingency is
if a wizard that wants to live forever, they cast Contingency that if they die, in X amount of circumstances, a spell will be cast generally
Contingency is the duration is 10 days normally, but it's usually like, from what I can see, if they had access to the spell, if they were to die, there could be a contingency to revivify them instantly if the components and stuff were there, or
So
like a healing.
basically,
Yeah,
the whole term contingency plan.
yeah. It's like if you drop to 0, contingency give you a fucking cure wounds.
So like the Horcruxes in Harry Potter.
A little bit, yeah.
Are
If
we
Voldemort
able
were to die,
tell
his soul.
what the contingency is specifically?
I don't think we'd be able to tell that. I don't think there's any way of telling.
No, I don't think there's any way to tell what would happen. The only other thing I would say is, obviously, you can tell it's very, very strong. And I'm just saying contingency because it's the closest you can think of. Where it's like, if something were to happen, something would happen. Like, specifically in relation to Helene.
Yeah.
But I don't...
thermodynamics.
Yeah. But I don't think with an Identify you could get much more.
Okay, that's fine. So you hear like him muttering amongst himself, making notes, and goes in the background, and looks back and goes, Maeve, we can try to have you dispel it, but this seems to be very powerful. I don't really want to waste your time any more than I have already.
Is it a curse?
I don't. Curse is not the right word. It's a spell. Have you had anyone? Don't know how to ask this. Dig around in there. Have you been to a healer or an apothecary to see if there's something underneath the skin?
I mean, I'm a cleric. I have cleric friends. I've had people look.
Like underneath the skin.
I'm thinking.
Like a dog.
God is processing. Please wait a moment.
I will say yes. I will say, yeah, I had someone look at it. They couldn't find anything, other than, the wound and things like that.
Flesh and organs.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything weird.
Interesting.
I mean, it's worth a try.
We can always try. I just I think we may struggle. Is there anything we can do to assist you with the dispelling? Can't remember how the spell works.
I think it's just. I mean,
if it's above a 4th level, which I'm assuming it is 3rd level, which I'm assuming it is, then I have to make a check.
Yeah, it's rolled like counterspell. If the spell is too high level, then it's a roll against the DC.
Is it an Arcana check or just your?
No, it's a flat. So for Maeve, it would just be a Charisma check.
I'm going to give you Mantle of the Moonlight. So
I was going to say no, because I've got the amulets. Does that work for that?
Think it's an ability check, so yeah, it would work.
No.
If you were to fail.
Also guidance. Helena. Helene. Sorry, Jesus. Helene, guidance. Prop.
Ooh.
I don't think guidance is going to help.
I'm going to cast the enhance ability.
It's a little bit late for that shirted roll.
You do have hero points.
You have hero points, and I give you a D6. Hey,
I
we
will
could
tell
ruin
you-
this whole
I will-
process.
I will tell you,
in this
Beth.
campaign?
Don't use.
A hero
Hero
point.
point.
Okay.
No, I'm not giving advantage. This campaign.
I imagine
Well-
the spell like makes like a sound.
Well, what happens actually? So you like put the hand out and you begin to like mutter the dispel magic incantation, and you feel as you're like the words are leaving your mouth, you feel like a cold in your throat
Oh god.
that stops you from speaking, and you take what level's dispel magic?
Third.
Fuck's sake, third.
So both Maeve and Helene take. Oh my god!
Oh,
20
Jesus
points of cold
Christ.
damage.
Hey, find out who
What
did it.
the hell?
Hellish rebuke.
Do that.
Because it'll probably hurt Aline.
It will.
It's already
Uh,
hurting Helene.
And
She should have thought about that before she got stabbed in the back.
yeah, so that's a really high roll on 3D.
Uh-huh.
And you
You
see,
think?
So, do we see where that came from? Like the other, especially me, who's definitely examining it.
yeah. So what happens? So Maeve, you take that damage. You see Helene take the damage, and as she does, that energy, those like cracks I was mentioning from the scar, spiral out slightly more.
Oh boy.
And you watch as she
Hold
like
on, I'm going to heal you both. and
What
I'll
the fuck
cast,
just happened?
as she like clutches her back and is in a lot of pain. She does not have the hit points of a
Me
party
back.
member. She has more than 20 hit points, but not that much.
Both heal for 14.
Okay. Jesus.
So,
Oh wait,
along with,
that takes 10 minutes. Hold on, just
and
talk
the,
while I pray.
Hold on, more pray.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
expand.
Oh,
How,
Helene,
They're like covering the back more.
Yeah, not much more, but like slightly more from where the scar is. And she's like, please don't do that again. Ow. Ow.
Okay, at this
Did
point,
she fall, or is she still on a?
Well, she was sitting on a chair. She looks hurt. And she immediately looks like
what kind of damage was it?
cold.
Cold.
Cold damage. Is
The
there
last
any like
thing you would
lingering
expect in a
physical
desert.
effect?
Say that again, James?
Is there a lingering physical effect that I would be able to identify as a cold damage? Like
Um,
frostbite or like a cold aura?
No, but I
or-
think you could ask Maeve, and that damage hit, you would have definitely felt like a wave of cold.
Maybe
More
can
than
use it.
anything. So that's the
Identify
closest you
again.
could have gotten, yeah.
Are you both okay?
I will be in 10 minutes when she's finished healing.
Okay.
Oh, sacred mother of the light, please heal her, please.
So Archon's gonna
Oh
start
fuck,
like
oh fuck, oh fuck.
gonna start tapping his chin and like pacing and thinking. At this point, I'm gonna ask for all the Wimmy Wam Wam Wazzles as I drop concentration on Maeve's mantle.
Wait,
and, like,
I'm in the middle of casting a spell.
What are you casting?
He's casting Prayer of Healing.
Oh.
Just give
If you had
me
any
5
other
more
rituals
minutes
that I
of
can
please,
use.
and I'll be right with you.
Cleric is hot.
Please
Cleric's on
hold
hold.
cleric praying.
Cleric's not here. Please leave a message.
You elevator music.
No, it's like Christian rock.
Skill effort.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm
Helene,
done. That's
Helene.
Helene, what did I say? I said Helene.
Said
That's
Helene.
not far off. It's the same. It's an accent. It's colloquial pronunciation. The when you came to the area. So if you could run through what the priests and clerics have done, so we can scratch our list. I'm assuming they've tried a greater restoration.
She just like thinks a second. Well, they tried. They tried restoring it with Great Restoration and Less Restoration. I've tried to do Less Restoration a few times. Hasn't worked. I think they did what you tried to do, like the Identify. I think they also tried to dispel it. What else? I'm trying to think of other spells that see things or dispel things. I think at one point they tried an anti-magic zone to see if that would help temporarily. It didn't.
Have you tried divine intervention? Having one of the gods step in.
what is
Huh.
your expectation of most clerics? That's
Well,
only the
I'm asking because
highest
if they can
order
cast
of.
greater
Restoration.
restoration, they're able to, or will not be far away from being able to channel the divine influence.
Well, I haven't myself.
How do you know
'cause
that?
I can't. That's a
I'm
good
very
point.
clever.
I've read it.
I think people have tried.
Is there one we could try with now?
I mean, you could try with.
Is there like a head priest I could maybe contact?
I
I know that?
mean, Najim in the Shrine of the Moon, he's the head priest there. Or
an augury, or something where a god could indicate whether or not you need to be worried about the scar. I would say yes, but if it's protecting itself, there seems to be, if it's divine in origin, it could be that a god has entrusted you with something that you can't know about. And perhaps Sidon has been asked by his furry friend to remove you from the board, and the god in question would lose the, in air quotes, contingency that is placed within you.
I only thought is that this is gonna sound weird, but my thought is that Helene maybe may be Neve, is what I'm thinking.
That makes no sense.
Do they look alike?
they're both women.
No.
That's about it.
But
Okay.
if that was the case, she would be, well, no offense, but she would be praying in the Temple of the
Well,
Sun instead of the
Religion
Temple of
is
the Moon.
often down to where you pop up. So I was born to a.
Please don't speak to me about religion. I am.
I was about to say, you're mansplaining to the cleric about religion.
Well, hang on. What's
Mr.
your
Wizard.
wait?
Don't ask your
quickly.
bonus to religion, James.
Yeah, what's your bonus for religion?
+8.
Oh, okay.
Do not talk
Actually,
to
no,
me about
mine's a
religion. I
minimum
know
of
my
+8,
shit.
maximum of +11 at the minute.
Yeah, currently, yeah, because
Yeah,
you spoke to
currently.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, James. Shut the fuck up. The cleric would know more about religion.
That's my only thing. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing
Well,
I know
if-
about because
if-
my intelligence
if
score
a-
is trash.
If Tabula Rasa Blank Slate, she said, was rescued by, let's face it, a very, I'm sure you would agree, noble and charitable religion that allowed her respite and sanctuary, then it surely doesn't go against your teachings to acknowledge the other gods. You're not at war with the
No,
the
but if you're the same person as someone called the Spear of Solista, I think you would, be
yes,
in
but
her
she's been
temple.
wiped. Helene, you have no memory of
Helene.
what happened.
Yes.
Helene, fuck off. It doesn't matter. Helene, I have real problems with NPC names. They just bounce off my brain. You know this.
Just NPC names.
And player character names and people
players.
names. Yeah.
I just have a problem with names, okay?
Just I got a problem with, I don't word good, right? So Helene, you found yourself. You remembered nothing from before. Zilch.
Well, I remember bits and pieces. I remember my name. I remember being a cleric before. I remember being a cleric of Odaluna beforehand. I know I grew up here. I can't remember where, but I know it was here. I remember the desert. Someone
I
gonna say
might know
something?
somebody who might know something,
But
but I can't do anything
would-
right now, unless.
Would I know a couple of? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Maeve.
No, James, did you say that Archon already cast Sending today?
Yeah, but I have more slots. I didn't want to sending to Sidon when he was stood 3 feet away.
So let me ask God first if it's a waste of time.
Hmm.
Would my
Which one?
cleric know anything?
Who's your cleric?
Yeah.
I guess it starts with an N.
Yep.
That's a good question that I didn't think about.
Base cleric is also
My
kicked me.
bestie! The least Maeve thing I've ever said. My bestie. I mean, I can wait to do that if you want to have something and you don't have anything off the top of your head. But
I would say, obviously it's possible you've not spoken to her in a while.
yeah, it's just that she, like, this seems like cleric central.
Yeah,
and
I
she
would
may have
say
like, been here a lot for like training and stuff. I don't know.
I would say, considering the old situation, you know, it's we're talking about Neve, we're talking about Solista. You would think if Nyx had any information, it would be equal to or probably less than the information that Cass has.
Okay.
Like, it's a possibility, but it's unlikely.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
I also
They
have,
better not come back to bite me on
would
the
I
arse.
know- do I know any particularly like well-read or maybe knowledge centric clerics in the city?
Gods over in the unseen path. They're knowledge gods, right?
Yeah, that got his knowledge.
Maeve's currently sulking while she like licks her wounds because ouch. She just got like
I
real bad
just healed you.
heartburn.
14.
Yeah, you're fine now. Well, mostly.
You're finer than
Would've-
before. at least.
Yeah, her body might be fine. Her pride is not.
That 6 probably would have killed the
Yeah,
commoner.
fair enough.
I
I'm sorry, but I can't heal that.
don't think any.
Nobody can. Don't worry.
I mean,
about
obviously, there are knowledgeable clerics. I don't think you know any specifically. There are just some that are smarter than others, to put it bluntly.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a singular cleric who knows all. That doesn't make sense. They're all knowledgeable about different
No, but
things.
like basically a librarian cleric.
Well, speaking of library,
there is a library. If you
Maeve
want
wants
to, look
to
at
go
that.
to the library. We could always check it out and like see if we can find other stuff. Because I
Sure.
personally have a list. I need to go to a library at some point, and I'm sure Archeron is itching to go into one.
I was just waiting to make one intelligence check. So I gave up a rare magical item to make to make intelligence checks.
That
well,
sounds
you didn't. You gave for a
incredibly
different
wasteful.
reason.
Why
You
would
just
you do
got
that?
on top of what you asked the question. But you asked a very difficult question, so I gave you the answer that I could give.
And
Yeah.
we're buffing Archon or going to the library first? What was it?
don't know.
Enhance ability, guidance, and that mental thing?
Bardic and
And Bardic.
Bardic.
Well, I don't think
Oh,
we
and
need
Bardic
to...
also.
Well, I will remind you guys, you are right next to, as James put it, the Temple of All Gods. Pick your own god. If you wanted to do that first, because the library is a bit of a walk.
BYOG.
Yeah. If you guys want to
We
do
could
that,
Should we just go ask Solista?
I mean, there's a Temple of Solista right behind you.
We're in there, aren't we? No, we're not. We
I
can't.
spent my entire life praying to her. She hasn't answered yet.
Maybe pick a different god.
God, you can't say that.
How
James.
about you fuck yourself?
I mean, I just waltzed
I
in
do
there
that
and I
every
got my
night.
vision straight away.
I know, and I'm so incredibly
you're praying
jealous of you. I'm not.
Don't mansplain.
Okay, just make me a con save.
Yeah.
Can I
You're gonna get
cast Fireball?
smited.
Hold on.
Well,
12. Archeron takes 4 points of radiant damage as the
Hey,
sun.
see, the gods talk to me, Cass. Ow.
I haven't done anything.
Cass, it sounds like you
I
just
would
need
have
to be more
casted
of a.
Fireball.
Cass, it sounds like you need to be more of a prick if you want a response.
Hang around with Sidon more, you'll learn that.
True.
No, I don't want to sleep
Please
with a
don't
succubus.
hang out
Just-
with Sidon, it's not gonna end well.
It's
Yeah,
like,
no offense, Adam, but I don't want to end up sleeping with a succubus or an incubus or whatever else is going to bed.
I
Cookie
didn't
bus, I
have
think
any
is what
say
you
in that
said.
manner. I thought it was a regular
What are you
woman.
talking about? It was consensual.
It was a succubus
Yeah,
and a
it was a
succubus.
consensual one. I thought it was a different person.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Well, a succubus and a. I think kinkybus
But
is a funny word.
If you'd have known, would you have said no?
Incubus.
But no,
Okay.
maybe.
That's extra
Can
doubt.
I-
Okay.
Maybe.
Can I I'm a bit tired. Can I go back to the other? Is there any?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a waste of time.
Want me to walk you back, or
No, it's fine. The only thing I will say is I know that Najim wanted to speak to you all. All
Please
of you.
don't contact me again.
He wanted to speak to all of you before too long.
Who's Najeen? Sorry, that's the player asking.
He's the
priest.
head priest of
Okay.
Luna.
The Moon Man.
Don't want to say it anymore because
Moon
everyone
Man.
lost last time. So
I am the moon.
So he wanted to talk to you before.
When you are the moon.
So if you can, that would be good. And I'll see you guys soon. Then.
see ya.
Guess
Yes,
so.
bye.
Bye. And she walks back.
Hello to the.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
she's
cute.
gone.
She is, but
I'm so
That
jealous
Mark-
of her. How
why?
well she gets to speak with the Spear of Solista.
I also get to do that.
You guys are just bullying. Cass is gonna fucking
Cass,
kill us
Yeah,
out.
Cass. I
Cass looks at
was
the birds
only
fucking
joking.
crying.
Religion is a choice you make every day, and it's admirable that you aren't and chosen. I myself had.
Can I do that
crisis.
thing where, you know, when someone like puts their hand over someone's mouth?
Yeah.
Maeve's just gonna like put a hand over Archon's mouth, like, shh, stop digging, stop
And they're
digging.
like,
put,
oh, the
put down the
tusk.
shovel, put down the shovel. Come on, buddy. Puts her arm around him, starts walking. Come on, let's go get you an ice cream.
Remember when I said you hang around with Sidon and you become like that? There you are, Cass. Prime example.
She like puts her hands
I
over his
think I
ears. He
should
doesn't
find
know,
another
leave him alone.
adventuring party to join.
Puts her arm around him. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, I can see just Cass going to the Adventures Guild and like put an application. New party, please.
I think I should just retire.
I don't like my
know.
friends.
New friends.
I don't think I'm ready for adventuring if this is what it's like. I mean, the monsters is one thing, but to be told that I don't know how to pray is like.
that is
What? No,
crazy.
I think you're great, Cass. That's why I went to you first before Archer, because I knew it was like religy in nature. So
Lichy.
Lychee! Oh my god.
I'm planning to find it in a dictionary again.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
you had
Sidon.
like
It's,
word of the
very
day. Is your
appreciated.
calendar like expired or?
I did kind of like
There's a typo.
I did kind of like go through a bunch of those words back when we were in the Feywild.
He didn't know what day it was, so he just kept
Oh my
going.
god. Is
Someone
Sidon
did
smart
point
when
out-
we're in the Fae?
Nah.
I got an
No,
extra
he
point
ate a
on my
snake.
intelligence.
Yeah,
I ate a snake. You got an extra point on my intelligence. I've
That
got
did
net
happen.
neutral.
Didn't
Yeah.
help, did it?
I've got average intelligence now. I've got as much intelligence as Slab.
Wait,
I like to imagine
thought you had a-
that
I
he
thought you had a
ate
10 on
snake at 2
intelligence.
points.
I've got
He
plus
was
1
still
actually.
below
Ah.
average.
I've got 12 in intelligence. It's wisdom where I have 10.
Wait, what's Sidon's intelligence?
12. Not 10.
I was gonna say if it was 12, I was gonna actually throw myself under a bus because Maeve's is 12.
So I'll ask, what are you guys doing?
Comforting Archeron.
BYOG.
You should comfort me.
No, he didn't mean it.
You just got
I
compared
don't
to
care.
Sidon.
He was
Wait,
just trying
hold
to
on.
help.
How come whenever I say something that's offensive and rude?
Because you mean it.
No, I don't. Well,
Well, there it is.
50-50.
Archeron had a Freudian slip. That was it.
I just beat my
Maybe.
mind.
Who the
Um,
fuck is that?
How about we
Disgusting.
go to
Oh.
to that? What was it? Head priest or head cleric?
Well, there's the Temple of the
I forgot the
Divine, which is
title.
just pick your own god.
His name is
Bring your
Yeah.
god to work day.
I wish.
If if you guys were gonna like do the path of like quickest, I guess it'd be the temple, then the shrine of the moon, and then the library. If you were going in that order, like from like furthest to closest, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I like that. That
If
sounds
yeah,
right.
like you know, you go. Hold on, sorry, my brain's not working. You do that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you don't want to double back on yourself. So.
Hey, Sidon, have you prayed after doing that thing with the succubus?
What?
Because if you
Oh.
don't, your soul might be damned to eternal hell.
Unpure.
Well,
It was
I
already
mean,
going there.
Like
Yeah,
holy water on him.
Look, my soul shouldn't be cursed because someone had sex with me under false pretenses.
Well, you also had that demon mark on your hand.
Yeah, but that was from a different reason.
That's the reason his soul is cursed.
I don't know.
So are you all going to the Temple of the Divine?
The bring your own guard,
Yes.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
your own god.
And Cass is
Your
staying
own
as
god.
far away from Archer as possible.
So let me look. Let me find it in my notes because I have it somewhere. Yeah. So the Temple of the Divine is this large building that, like a ziggurat or like a pyramid, that reaches almost to as high as the wall of the city. There are like huge steps to each side that lead to the top, which has like a prismatic, multicolored shard. Think like the fire of the dragons in Avatar: The Last Airbender. That like changes color depending on how it hits the light. Where inside, if you go, it's like the first layer, there is like a pantheon with the statues to all the gods. There are plaques of, their tenants, and there are many like priests there who don't have like a specific shrine, because obviously not every god has a specific shrine in Pyra. It's like the main ones that are like followed within Pyra. So where are you guys going? Are you going into the Pantheon room, or are you going up first? I will say the stairs are like, it's like a good 100 feet up of stairs. Like, it's a
Should
lot
we-
of stairs.
So, because I assume we all have different things to do in here. I know I do, and I know that Maeve doesn't want to do.
Well,
it in
I'll
front of
tell you, there
everybody.
are only two rooms essentially. There's the top one with not even room. There's the place with the shard, and then there's the room with all the statues. So it's one or the other, essentially.
Yeah, Drac just feels so out of place.
I'm going to the room with the statues. If anybody
Yeah, I'll join with
is
that.
going that way.
Brack,
Yeah.
which one do you think is the most interesting? I'm with you. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, same. I like.
At the Avatar statue room.
Some have wings, some doesn't. That's
Oh,
like
this is cool.
what I know. It's
Don't
yeah,
flip a coin.
not really my thing.
Roll a flip a coin. Right.
Is there a god in here that Archron's going to? Which one was it?
It could be any
This
of the
one.
Vistale.
Vistali, that was the one.
Obviously, all the statues aren't completely accurate to the looks. If you want me to send a picture of one of the gods, I can, because I have pictures of all of them.
This was
Um,
Are these all the
Adam, man.
gods? Just out of curiosity, are these all the gods that don't have direct temples?
No, so you can see Solista is here as well. This is just like
Oh.
this is just all of them.
Oh, my
Um,
brain messed up. I thought Celesta was spelt with a C. But it was.
How
What?
dare you?
It was.
That's
I
it.
thought
I'm
it
going
was
to smite you now.
C-E-L.
it's soul like sun.
Yeah. I was thinking cell as in like
And
celestial.
like Luna, like the moon.
Yeah. So if you guys want me to send pictures of any of them, I can. If not, where are you guys going?
I just remember this one, the bat one.
Speaking of Cairo,
Yeah, so where are people going? What peeps are doing?
I'm going to follow the crowd because Slab is lost.
Fair.
Yeah, I found a comfy chair to sit in.
Toku.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck yeah.
Let me.
You just
Have-
noticed.
I changed
I
it
did. I just did it.
a minute ago. Where am I going? Here.
Who is this, by the way?
That's fucking priest accountant.
Okay.
Procountant.
This is the
Steve Jobs.
image. This is what Kyra looks like for any of you who don't know, but in general. Kyra is the bat god of death. Sort
Hey,
of.
buddy.
Trying to find it. They are the god of. Find it specifically, so I don't get it wrong. The god of death, letting go, and new beginnings. And very, like the Raven Queen in Forgotten Realms. Like, in this world, the god of the death isn't a bad thing. It's not portrayed as like the evil one. It's not like Hades. Sorry, Hades.
It's not like Slytherin.
Yeah, it's like death is a natural part of the cycle of life, so it's not seen as a bad thing. It's just another one of the gods. Yeah, what do people know?
I've gone to the temple, the statue of Athena.
Yeah, so if people would like to go ahead. If people are doing anything, if people aren't doing anything, that's also fine. Let me find the other
just
images.
looking at statues.
Do I need to send all of these images? Probably.
For me, it's just like, comfy chair.
Mm.
Silence.
You're standing on a carpet.
Okay, I'm sitting on the carpet.
Pantheon.
Don't go to sleep, Drac.
To be fair, it's really hot in here, so can't rule that
Well,
out.
we are in
It's
the middle of
really-
the desert.
It's gonna say it's really hot everywhere. You're in a desert.
Aren't you from this continent?
Say that again.
Isn't he from this country?
He's from above, but you've
Um,
spent time here. in
Yeah,
the desert.
like one day.
Yeah. So, what do people do?
I forgot
Well,
what we came here to do.
Archon has gone to the statue of Athena and is not like praying, but is kind of like what's the word? Penitent in front of it,
Mhm.
not saying anything.
I honestly thought you were going to say something else. I'm so sorry.
Get your help out of the gutter.
I'm sorry. It was the pennant.
Were you about to say penis?
No, I think penetration.
Yeah. I was like, huh?
Oh.
That's what piqued your interest.
Sorry, go on. I'll shut up.
Too long.
That was it, really. That was it. That's just what he's doing, and there's not talk. He's there, and it's like he's thinking about things. This is the for those he's spoken to about it. His father was a priest of Athena, and he grew up in the port of Athena.
Sidon casting anything at the statue of Solista?
I'm just looking at it.
It's pretty cool.
Cass is really animated, telling Siren about things Solista has done and the priests of Solista have done.
Yeah,
And she sets
really-
fire to the
she
whole
has
camp.
blades.
And then she created a
Nice,
firestorm
nice.
that destroyed even more camps.
Awesome. Nice. Wow, that's incredible.
And then she made a 7-day week.
Slabberdrack, you two doing anything specific? I said,
But if anything, Slav's just going around just looking at the statues like, oh, this is what they look like.
God, I don't have all of them.
No,
Who's
I'm not
Helios?
saying.
Stelos is the god of the forge.
Yeah, I'm on the top
Describe
page.
all of them in vivid detail. What is the color?
I
of
do
their
have
left?
all of them. I just don't have an easy way to send all of them quickly.
Stelos is the
Um,
master craftsman. I was reading to see if it was like in terms of craftsmen, as in like not just art and stuff like that, but
The closest thing to like the god of music would probably be either Mandalum, who's like the god of I don't want to say it, but the god of partying. Think like Dionysus almost, or Devella, who's like the god of like love and passion.
nope. We go to party one.
Let me quickly, guys, roleplay. Thanks, guys, for roleplay. Ask one
No,
thing.
Siren, about your soul.
About my soul, yeah, what about it?
You should really pray for it.
Which one?
Yes.
You have two.
I've explained I have two. Kind of, I think.
Three.
It's a weird situation.
That seems
You're not
to be
even
the
here,
norm
what the
with you.
Yeah.
Slab's just using like minor relation to add the conversation.
His annoyance has manifested into a corporeal form. I have never seen something like it.
Horrible.
I have heard stories.
But the best thing is, Slab
He's the
has
chosen
message.
one.
Slab has message, so he's good.
He's just like trying to listen. He's just like occasionally sending a message.
He's just random words inside his head. Grilled cheese.
Shut up!
I'm still
Um,
going.
Grilled cheese.
But,
You can reply to this message.
Yeah, so there's my soul, and then there's the astral soul, which I think are separate, but I'm also not sure if they're separate. I honestly, when we were in the Feywild and then things started getting a bit demonic and chaotic, my whole mindset kind of got a bit rocked, and I've been in a bit of a tizzy. I haven't had a chance to fully sort of do anything. Though I did, and I'm not doing this to be like smug or anything. I think it might be best to talk to you about it. Actually, you're the only one who would know, or at least have any idea.
Understand?
I did manage to reconnect with Neve, sort of.
Oh.
Because, like, she came to me in a lake and then in a moon vision. Then I was offered a choice and I made the wrong choice. They mentioned it where I got given a choice between a dark door and a light door, and I went for the dark door. And that's what started this whole chaos thing going on. I've been, but then I've kind of realized that maybe I was going too far, and so I tried to stop. That's why I asked you to remove that curse on my hand, and why I took off the chaos belt. And then I kind of meditated and spoke and tried to reconnect with Neve, and she did like speak to me again. So that's progress, I think.
You are very lucky. Few come back from demonic influence.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I'm so crazy that even the demons don't want me.
God. Maybe he was born with it. Maybe he's just insane.
Yeah, he's Maybelline.
I'll sure.
Sure, Jen. So moving over, I have put all the image of all the gods. It took me far too long.
Oh, nice.
With all of them.
So many
You know.
images.
Yep, there's.
This is why you
Like-
never develop gods.
I wanted to draw. And yeah. So you having that conversation, Maeve, are you doing anything at the statue of Kyra?
Yes. Looking for a
Blood
follower.
sacrifice.
Yeah, you can see there's like a couple of these statues have like priests near them. Mainly the ones that don't have a dedicated temple. But you can see here there is a satyr man with like dark hair, wearing like a capelet and like some darker robes, and on the back of those robes
So
there is
itchy.
yeah. And on the back of those robes, there's like the wings of a bat engraved into it, and on a chain around his neck, there's like the symbol of Kyra.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'd just slowly approach, put up some feelers.
Mm-hmm.
to
What'd
see
you
if
say?
they're like in the middle of praying.
No, he's just like looking at the statue. He looks like to be like the caretaker maybe of this like the statue. And he looks at you.
I'm not going to ask if he's a worshipper of Cairo because the necklace and the cape will give it away.
Yeah.
Um,
How dare you? No, I'm not.
I
They're
think she
making
just
assumptions.
approach.
I can't believe you.
She'd approach, but she'd be very like she'd be doing it very like gingerly because she's still a bit iffy about all this god stuff. And she'd probably just say, "A worshipper of Cairo, I assume." Just to
the man.
the
The man
necklace.
gives a nod. Yeah.
I had a few questions, and I was wondering if you could help.
I can do what I can. What do you need?
Where do I begin? I wanted to ask, what happens to people when they die in relation to Cairo?
Well, the common belief is that when a person's essence is no longer bound to the body, the soul or the spirit is taken to the cave of Cairo, where they are shown their life, more specifically their fears or shortcomings. If they are able to accept and let go of those attachments to the physical, they are able to pass on, though I'm not sure what comes after.
And this cave, do spirits get lost often? Do they make their way there, or are they sort of brought there?
Once a person dies, they're... How do I describe this? They are... Cairo... trying to find the words to describe it. Cairo guides them all. In a loose sense, they are, I guess, magically or divinely taken to those places, to the cave of Cairo, where they are then judged.
And is this specifically with followers or all souls?
Well, it's the belief for all souls. It's just those who follow Cairo want to understand and learn about this process and what happens afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to word it without just being like, hey, by the way. So, spirits who aren't don't end up there. I'm trying to figure out a way to ask. Do you believe in ghosts?
Well, there's not a belief in ghosts. They exist. I mean, people have fought them. People have seen them. It's not a folk tale. Ghosts are real.
And how do you explain them in relation to this? Just the statue.
Well, all of those incorporeal undead spirits, ghosts, things of that nature are believed to be those souls who are unable to detach from the physical world when they are taken to the Cave of Cairo, causing them to come back for one reason or another.
And have you ever met anyone who could speak with said spirits?
I mean, in a sense, there are those who can speak to the undead, well, the dead magically, or...
Yes, I mean more in a sense of without the spell. Is that something you've ever heard of?
It's not unheard of, but speaking with the dead without magic is a rare talent in and of itself. To my knowledge, the way that I know of it is those with a strong connection to Cairo do have that innate talent, though in the past, those who thinks, I believe those who walk the path between life and death usually have some affinity to commune with the spirits in a less conventional way, as you were suggesting.
Meaning?
In what sense? Meaning?
The people who walk between life and death.
Well, it can mean many things. Spending much time around death. If you're in a place of not like a graveyard, something more intense than that, you attuning with those spirits, possibly coming into contact with an item or something heavily linked with death could cause that, or even dying yourself and being brought back to life could spark that connection. Though obviously not everyone who fulfills one of the criteria are able to see or speak with them naturally.
This could cause a problem with this guy, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are you familiar with what would everyone else call him? The Emperor of the Fae.
This guy make a...
Hey, Lord.
Well, he's not the Emperor of the Fae. He's the Emperor of Shades.
Yeah, but he's known as the Emperor.
Yeah, he's
So-
the Emperor of Shades. But
Yeah.
Which emperor?
18. Yeah,
He might
so
be like, yeah, that bitch, that
fucking-
false god.
I know the name.
I lost poker game to him many years ago.
I
owes me some money.
I know the name. I know he is the Archfey of the Court of Shades. I will get informed. I don't know much more. My knowledge isn't really to the Feywild.
So if you met someone who could speak with spirits, if they wanted to find out more, what would you suggest? Obviously, I can't call Cairo. They can't call Cairo. Shit!
Well, it would depend on the circumstance. I mean, it depends on if the person would know the reason they could, or if they were to learn the reason, there would be it wouldn't be simple. I mean, maybe asking family, those who might know of their birth, or thinking back to the past if there's any reason they could.
I see. And if one did want to try and communicate with Cairo, I imagine that's something that would take a very long time.
It depends. Usually involve kneeling by a statue with a icon of Cairo and just saying a quiet prayer. It's not a guaranteed thing by any means. Could take days, months, years even. It's not a simple thing. And Cairo isn't out of many of the gods, his gestures to the room. Cairo is one of the gods that doesn't commune much with their followers. It's their what's the word? They deal with the time of death and after death. It's not as important to them to be with the living, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I think that's all my questions. I'm reading my list. Yes. Okay, thank you,
you have a list?
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
He gives like a nod. You've had your conversations with various priests or talk to statues. Or just stare at statues because they look cool.
Just potty boy around it.
Yep. What are you guys doing?
We should go to the lunar temple right now, right?
Yeah, talk to Najim. Najim?
Yeah.
Moonmaster Najim.
Let's go.
Jim.
Nah, Jim. Yeah.
Jim.
So it's only.
Drac, wake up, we're leaving.
I'm actually watching the statues just
No,
browsing,
Drax asleep, but he's got like sunglasses on, so he looks like he's just staring at a
Kind
statue.
of bonus.
To be fair, I actually have glasses.
That's true. You did buy some cool.
Yeah.
Some
he's
Feywild.
standing so
Some
incredibly
Feywild
still
shades.
while
Anybody who
watching the
walks close enough
statues.
can just hear Drac going.
But yeah.
He's
So
standing so in.
Come on,
Hello?
let's go.
so unless you guys.
Wait, hold
Where
on.
are
I
we?
have the perfect spell for this. Wall of
Create
fight.
water.
No, just kidding.
So yeah,
Fireball.
unless you guys are doing anything specific at the temple or any other spots, I assume you will head to the.
How
Oh,
oral
it was like there was
is-
a gift shop in there. The gift shop wasn't in there. Ignore me.
No, that's
There
on
you
the
go.
way out.
It's
You
not-
think there
it's
will be
not a gift shop.
in the district of the temples
That's
without
the point.
an angry god burning it down.
Well, there is a semi gift shop, but it's mainly for like clerical items and stuff.
I know.
Okay.
It's gonna be funny.
So
For
yeah,
Nix.
what
Um,
what are you guys doing?
How far up was that first room we went into? The one with all the statues?
Not too many. Like only like a 10, no, like maybe what? Like a 30 feet incline? No, less than that. Like 20 feet incline. Like
Huh.
stairs, not too high.
And the rest of the steps, that's about like
It's another
60
it's
feet.
another 80 to 100 feet worth of steps. Yeah,
I'm
it's a lot.
totally gonna rocky these stairs at some point.
Oh no.
You know what I just realised?
Yeah.
You've been told now that you're not the best monk. No Rocky for you.
Alive.
But Rocky is always the underdog, so if anything else, he could be even more Rocky.
Yeah.
True. Gonna beat
It
up.
could be
Maeve.
Ivan Drago. I will break you.
If he dies, he dies.
If it
Wait,
dies,
but-
it dies.
Does that mean that Monk will sometime kill one of us for Sidon to get like a vengeful power boost?
God.
One of us.
2 levels worth of power from friends.
I've got that written down in my backstory at all.
What power of friend?
Right. Shrine of the Moon, let's go!
So you will head over to the Shrine of the Moon, I assume, unless you guys do anything
Yep.
else.
But
Uh,
the gift shop.
You go there afterwards. And obviously I described it last time, but for everyone you can see what is in front of you. Hallway, marble, fucking mosaic of Odaluna. Cool.
I've been here before.
Yes, slap.
Yes.
To be fair,
We
that
both did.
thing with Ovaluna, like, this is fucking cool.
It is, yeah. It's not of Odaluna, but it is Moon Goddess, and it is, yeah. The actual image is enough. That's cool. Yeah, so I assume you guys all go up to the main room. And you can see Helene is just like vibing. I was trying to think of a word, nothing came to my head other
I
than
can
vibing.
just see him, like, just standing there, like, swaying back and forth.
No, Helene's like sitting next to one of these phases of the moon and is just like quietly praying. But as you walk in, you can all see Najim is he wasn't like waiting for you guys, but as soon as you guys walk in, you can see him like turn to look at you, like he was expecting you. Where is? You've all seen the image. I know what I'm trying to find it again. There you go. That's him. He's cool.
All right. Najim Steve, but the Steve is silent.
Yes. um,
Hey again.
he gives like a nod, and he says,
So,
Yeah.
silent, is this the guy?
This is Moonmaster Najim.
I'm Drex.
he introduces himself to. Wow, you're very close, guys. To anyone who introduces themselves, and says to like mainly looking towards Sidon because he was the one who was in before, and Slab. He says, "Well, I hope that the conversation was enlightening."
A little bit. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, but
I mean,
how is Celine? Did she get back all right? I know it's only down the road, down the street. Not
she
even.
still hasn't returned.
She's right there, that title slab.
Just say your own name.
Oh, wait, so why ask? Did she get back all right? You could see her.
I'm just. If she's still in pain, or if she's like healthy, or.
He says, she got back all right, and let me know of your conversation. I did heal the rest of her wounds. I'm glad that you all came because I did have something I wanted to mention to you. Erevan has offer for all of you. He wanted me to wait until I could tell if your actions were favorable and consider whether you were worthy of the benefit of the doubt. Erevan is not easily impressed, and he wants proof that you can all be trusted, considering certain past actions. If you...
No, for that, just giggle.
If you are to accept, I believe he will be more inclined to aid you in the future. He asked me to tell you this, and he like clears his throat and then just goes into like clearly repeating something that Erevan said. If I am to trust you, I need to see it with my own eyes. If you want to prove your worth, then follow these instructions. Ultron Ipsissimus, Concrete Slab, Drac Wintersting, Castal Ravenlight, Maeve Nightshade, and Sidon the Wandering Warrior. Within 3 days of getting this message, say the words, "Flitter through dreams, embrace the moon," before you rest. This will allow me to form your slumber into a test. Death will be impermanent, but any pain inflicted will be real. If you all choose, then I will explain more when we meet. If even one of you don't take the test, then the rest will be null and void.
What were the words?
Flitter through dreams, embrace the moon. I've just sent that to Jenna.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Cass looks like she's frowning a little bit. Oh no, I'm going to pray to the moon.
No, it's not the moon. It's...
Damnations.
Najim said, "You're not praying to the moon, you're just getting guidance from one of the heralds of Odaluna." It is
I'm
like...
just remembering the nasty little terrier line from Baldur's Gate.
Sorry, what?
Little terrier.
Who doesn't know? If cast out, you are unwilling to pray to the moon, then really you shouldn't be talking to me right now, or you shouldn't be talking to Helene. So,
Speaking of Helene, Jesus Christ, I didn't realise how those names sounded when you said one.
Helene Najim.
Yeah.
Did I wrote one of them ages ago and one of them recently.
Najim, did you know Helene talks to Neve, who she calls her imaginary friend?
He has once or twice mentioned the name and the description of the Spear of Light. However, it is not too uncommon for Neve to show herself to people when they're in need. And as such,
I get that.
I had asked Eravan about it, and he had assured me that it was nothing, and it was all it all made sense. Like things. Really, that is all I can tell you. You'd have to ask him or her.
Okay.
Are we to take it then that he no longer has plans to kill us?
I don't think he ever had plans to kill you. He like pauses after that and thinks. I think he just wants to make sure that all of you are trustworthy. I wasn't there, but he did explain to me previous conversations. So I'm only
sound an unusual question. Why?
In what sense?
Why are we having? Why are we proving ourselves? To what end?
Well,
Yeah, what's stressful?
He mentioned to me that points to Poseidon. You have had dealings with demonic forces firsthand, and points to Artron. And he also mentioned that you have some strange semblance of chaos within you as well. And since you have all been talking to Helene, he wanted to make sure that if anything further were to happen, that you could be trusted without as much surveillance. And even a possible friend.
Right.
I don't know myself, I'm just speaking his words.
And we say these words when we go to bed. Does it have to be? You say it's within 3 days of us getting this message, so.
So, tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after.
And we have to say it before we go to bed. We can't just say it now.
No.
Just.
I don't make the rules, I just follow them. I don't know.
But what if you can't fall asleep? Like you say it, can't fall asleep. Goes an hour.
I'm sure if you say it when you're in bed, the DM, aka Eravan, will make sure that it's all alright.
Hey
Okay,
Alexa,
cool.
set a reminder to.
Tell me to say this when I get into bed. But that is all I had to say. Gives a bow and says, "If you need anything, I will be around here.
Just vibing.
Just doing my job."
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Don't mention it. Let's just hope that we can have further conversations as friends.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
So what are you guys doing?
You guys wanted to go to the library?
For what end exactly?
Well,
I mean, you guys have your researching stuff.
well, yeah,
Libraries ain't really my.
Library.
I just thought that, like, are we looking for something or just browsing?
There might be more information about what we tried to find out earlier in some books. And the way Maeve suggested, library, means that she really wanted to go to the library.
I mean, they've got some plans.
And I'm not going to say Artron will pass up the opportunity to avoid it. So
No, it's more
It's
like you
just-
can't
we-
keep him away from the library. So
If we are looking into Helene's affliction, I'm just not sure where to even begin. We
Yeah,
have
that's-
No, me
very little
either.
information, and just
Mm.
as enjoyable as spending a week in the library would be for me. I can't.
Yeah,
see
we
it holding
can't just
anyone else's
go
attention.
to the bookshelf that has strange diseases. We won't
I don't
find
even think
anything
it's a
there.
disease.
What?
I
don't think it's a
personally
disease.
have
Yeah, we
separate
don't know. That's the thing.
research. So I'll be heading there anyway, but if everybody else wants to join, that's my plan.
What will you be looking for?
An explanation of sorts. She'd like look around, make sure nobody was like super listening in, you know, like a random priest just like, oh, gossip. What happened underground in the Fae with the memories and things stirred up a lot, and
Yeah, it did.
I still don't exactly know the reason for the like taps her head visitors, so trying to figure out why is going to keep my mind busy during all of the god stuff.
Sure, I'll help.
Thank you.
Sure.
I feel like I would be very bad at the library. Are
You
sure
don't have to come to the library if you don't want to, Sidon.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
I
we can get
can.
you a dictionary.
I don't need a dictionary.
He's a thesaurus.
He's got a sore ass. Artrum, what have you been doing? Well, we know he likes touching his ass.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can come to the library. But would you guys hold it against me if I just stayed at the Temple District for a little bit longer and I'll catch up with you guys in a few?
No, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
Cool. That's just something I want to
But
try
Sidon,
doing.
just one thing. Don't go home with any strangers that you don't know who they are.
No, I'm not planning to do anything like that.
Yeah, because we're all sharing a room, remember?
We're sharing a bubble.
No,
I
I mean more like his past experience hasn't been great. No offense, but
Okay,
you gotta
come on,
admit that.
and you guys leave it. It's not my fault. I didn't know it was a succubus at the time.
Oh no, we're not on about that. It was just like the awkward dealings between you and Dahlia.
The finger guns.
So you're telling me that if you ended up being with someone who turned out to be someone you didn't realize it was that person, and then you found that same person, you're saying you can trust them again, even though
It's more like the way you did it, not what you did.
It's not what you did, son. It's who you did it to. Such a John Wick. Like,
The Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Oh dear.
With a pencil. A fucking pencil.
No, I'm not planning to do anything like that. I just I want to try doing something that I haven't really done in a while.
Awesome.
Not awesome.
Wiping after a shit.
Let's try some of this godly mystery bait. Okay, so
I can't
I'm
joke
gonna
with you guys
try.
in a bit.
Wait, what's the? I'm gonna try faking.
Sorry, what?
Fake bacon.
like
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Oh god,
Google
why?
it. awful.
bacon.
No offense, vegans.
Where are people going? So if you just want to move yourselves on the map where you are
Where's
planning
the
on
library?
going, it's the Golden Tomes. It is here.
Yeah.
I want to go to the House of the Sun for a little
Cool.
bit.
Why is there two casts?
Magic.
Wait, what?
It's fine.
I
Mirror
duplicated
image.
myself. I'm
Oh.
secretly a trickery domain cleric.
God. Why'd you pick the worst subclass? So, what was I going to say? I will also remind you that I did mention to Victoria and Bryn that you would meet them later in the afternoon, about 6, 7-ish.
What time
And
is it now?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. I will say it's about 2-ish. So you got a good few hours. Yeah, so for those who are going to the... Actually, no, so... I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to go first. So, people going to the
I'm
library...
not doing anything
So,
too important.
Simon's not going to the library. Is anyone else not going to the library?
I don't know where Slab would go, as in just I don't want to be alone.
I would prefer to be alone for this.
But then that's where Slab's
The
going.
library! Cool. How should I do this? We'll go to these guys first. So you guys walk out of the temple district, across the bridge, to the facets, specifically to the Golden Tomes library. And this library is not as big as the library that's in Malachite, but it is still probably one of the bigger libraries within just Periphalon in general. I'm trying to find it. Let's say. Yeah, so the building is it's got multiple different like towers to each side of it. They each house different what's the word? Like types of books. That makes sense. There's a whole bit for magic and for like casting. There's a whole bit on like lore and things like that. There's a whole bit on gods and the divine and things like that. However, I think Archeron and Drac would probably know that the Golden Poems Library is like a place where anyone can come in and read. However, some of the more specific books, like the more unique books, like if you were to try to find a book full of really powerful spells, or a book on, I don't know, demonic pacts and evil things, probably wouldn't be on a shelf for anyone to read. It would, you would know, I think, Archer and Drac specifically, that you need like a Golden Tomes library card, essentially, to read the books.
Premium
for
battle pass.
$5.99.
Yeah, essentially.
Need the premium battle pass to access this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Archeron would probably wouldn't have a card for this, but he has a student's discount. And if you don't have the card, you can like rent a book for X amount of like money, depending on the book. But you can only have one at a time, and you can't like leave the premises with it because they're trying to make money, but they're also spreading knowledge. It's weird. So yeah, you
Capitalism.
you can do a book heist. So you will walk in, and you can see at the desk there is a tiefling man with like red skin and dark robes, currently reading through a book. He's got these really long horns, like a completely bald head, with these glasses on a chain around his neck. And I'll send the image of this guy because I just found this image and it's so cool.
Ooh.
God, no.
It's cool.
Very nice.
That looks like it's from like an official.
Listeners
It
of the
does, yeah.
podcast, I'm so jealous of you. Well, I'm so sorry for you that you can see this amazing image. It has so much detail.
You see, he has a thing on his like it's like his chest, like "Hello, my name is." It's like Golden Tomes at the top, and then underwood is like his name's Adrian. And you see he's currently reading a book. And as you walk in, he says, "What can I do for you this fine day?"
So who's here?
Everyone but Sidon.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping to read some books. I don't know about the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
why we're
same.
all here.
Well,
I
of course.
can try.
Why have you come to this library?
Well,
Books?
I'm more asking what
do
books
you have-
specifically.
You got,
Uh,
like, a
about the
computer I can
Feywild?
search on.
Sorry, Cass, what did you say?
Feywild.
We don't have books on the Feywilds. We have books on all of the planes. You can find them. He points to a section of books that's over there. And I'm sorry, it looks to you, Maeve. What did you need?
A few things actually. She takes out her little black book that she's got, flicks through it. I need to read some different things. I'm researching the Feywild also, and spirits, Cairo, the afterlife, those sort of things.
He points. Well, you can find those ones there, and a few of them over there, and Feywild with your friend over there. This guy's an encyclopedic knowledge of where all the books are. Good. Well, what about the rest of you? Looks to Slab, Drac, and Artron because Cassian is currently shadowing Maeve. I don't know. He exists.
Stop.
You know that meme in The Office when Dwight turns around and Angela's there and he's like, "Shit!" That's Cassian with me. Shit.
I think he looks at Cassian. Cassian's just I'm helping. Her, of course. Wait, what about you two?
Well, I
You
was
three, sorry.
hoping to read some books on old religious myths and cycles and chosen avatars of gods.
That would be over in the section with the books on Cairo over there. I mean, points.
Okay, thank you.
Nuts. Yeah.
I was going to say, because so Slab doesn't really follow a god, but obviously he was drawn towards, is it Mandalum?
Yeah.
Is there a book on him? Or no, her.
Huh.
It's her.
There is a book. There's a book on all the gods. Points to the same section that he pointed Artron into, as well as books on Kara and stuff. So, over that direction.
Because I will learn more about them.
Let's split up and look for clues.
And you looks at Drac finally.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and start with the god section as well and see where I land up.
Great, a lot of godly books today. I hope we have a good read.
Thank you.
So for those people who are reading, can you all roll me a d20 just to see who I give the information to, who I go to specifically first?
1d20.
Oh my
Oh.
god. 5. 25. Okay,
Drac is
so
excited.
we're doing that order.
He's like, finally, library.
I'm
Doing
like
that order.
speed reading.
So it's
Nah, Drac is though. Drac with his books.
Drac, Maeve, Slab, Cass, Artron. So, Drac, what did you want to know?
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't really know what we're looking for. That's the thing. But I think I'm just gonna start look at what all the gods stand for because I don't really know that because he's not really been interested. So he's looking through, see if he could find anyone that would resemble something what's it called? Yeah, that would punish someone if they did something wrong.
Yeah, you can make me an investigation check, godly punishments, divine-based things like that. Yeah.
Investigation, and I'm guessing it's not Fei-Fei undead.
It is not. No.
It's weird to hear
21.
someone other than Ash.
I know
ask
it's weird.
that.
I was like, "Wow, is this how James feels?" So with a 21, you look at certain gods that are known for giving out punishments to followers that mistreat them, misguide, things like that. And obviously, to an extent, all of the gods will give punishment if someone does something bad or sullies their name. But the ones that specifically like stand out to you is like, oh god. Solista is very much known for harsh punishment if someone is to like keep disobeying her tenets while claiming to be a follower of Solista, as well as like
he's a follower, right?
Yeah. As well as
just
like
so I got that.
obviously she is the god
You
of
don't know the goddess I follow?
uh
But
Hey,
I
I
don't
can't
shut
keep
up
track
about.
of your shit.
obviously Solista is the god or goddess of fire, light, and the sun. So many of her punishments involve fire. And
Get burned, bozo.
yeah, essentially. if someone, there's been a lot of not a lot of, that sounds mean. There's been a few examples of like, oh, Steve disobeyed Solista, he got disintegrated.
He got fucking deleted.
Yeah. And even like with Solista, she's very much seen to be very powerful. Obviously they're gods. But like if someone is to disobey or to be aggressive towards her or something like that, she is known to not pull punches, and to hurt.
She doesn't fuck around,
Yeah. Another one who you look that does, it's like, wouldn't want to get on their bad side, is, I'm trying to look through my notes, Morales being the god of morals, duality, and like, law. Obviously, you don't really want to get on the bad side of the god of law. Part of, like, their tenets is to, like, embrace, like, the dual nature of existence, but, like, finding harmony in opposing sides, like, not devil's advocate, but, like, seeing both sides of an argument, things like that. However, if someone is, like, claiming to follow the law and be a follower of Morales, and they are to, disobey or do something that doesn't work through those senses, Morales, more than most other clerics, has been known to, like, strip a person of their divine powers.
Oh shit.
Like, nullify any worship of them. Even if it does, like, slightly hurt the god itself, because obviously a god usually gets their powers from the followers.
Yeah.
But he has been known to just stop someone's connection, to, like, cut it off at the source rather than try and have them atone. Final action.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think they're the two that stand out to you. Obviously,
so I'm gonna focus a little bit more on them to see if I can find anything else.
What specifically?
Something. She had what was it? Helene had a scar on her back.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to see if I can find anything that would resemble us, if there's been any records, I don't know, of people who have been smited.
Well, you look, and obviously through all the gods, you're looking at their tenets, at what they stand for, things like that, and also what they represent. And you know that the mark, from what happened to Maeve and Helene, and what the mark looks like, it was definitely cold. Solicitor doesn't make sense because that would have been fire or in heat.
Yeah.
There's nothing specifically on a scar like that. But the only thing you think of cold, because none of these gods really represent ice and cold. The only two that could stand out is Ophina, just being nature in general. That could be a way, something. Or Odaluna, because obviously space is cold.
You don't know that.
That's true. That's true. I actually don't know that. I'm assuming. And but the moon, Dialisto, which is the one that is commonly associated with Odaluna, does control the tides and the sea and cold. So you think that could be it, but really it's a loose connection at best.
Yeah.
So nothing really comes to mind, annoyingly.
Damn it.
Who was next? Maeve.
Hello.
What are you looking for?
I think she would have gone to the Feywild section first.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically looking for the Court of Shades information.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Can I cast
Uh,
Borrowed Knowledge to give myself
You can.
proficiency?
Yeah.
What does that add?
What's you guys' proficiency bonus? Is it 3 or 4 at this point?
I don't know.
It's 3. So add 3 to the roll. 13, 16.
Can May roll with advantage and we say that Cass is helping her?
Hang on, I think I can use my...
You would have had to say that beforehand, I would say.
Oh,
You can
okay.
set it up. I mean, no, Cass.
Oh,
Because I know you're going to use your
talisman.
thing. Yeah,
Oh.
so this is 17. That's not a bad roll.
I know, I want big numbers though.
And what are you looking for?
Just specifically, some of the similar questions I was asking to the priest. So, like, in Feywild terms, when somebody dies, like, what happens there? Like, because obviously, from a priest of Cairo, everyone would think, oh, they go to the cave. Jesus Christ, my brain. But Maeve is fully aware that there are souls that don't go that way. So,
With a 17, you're thinking, looking specifically at, like, Gethin, the Court of Shades, life and death within the Feywild. And, in a sense, the Feywild is a lot more... I wouldn't say natural, but, like, natural cycle of things.
Yeah.
So, you would know, just out of your knowledge, that most of the denizens of the Court of Shades are... over time have usually been people from Periphalon who have been, I don't say ferried over, but like have died and have made their way there. That could include obviously people from the Fae. Like that. Obviously, if someone dies within the Feywild, within any of the other courts, it is an unlikely. Isn't an unlikely thing that their soul could be taken to the Court of Shades, but in a very similar way to how Maeve deals with them.
Yeah.
Like, they are helped, and when they are helped by Maeve, or someone like maybe Sable, or someone on a similar sort of, I wouldn't say level, but does a similar sort of thing, they will get taken to the Court of Shades, where they will... Well, Gethin will give them a choice to be like, do you want me to help send you to the Cave of Cairo, or do you want to live amongst the Shades? I think that's what you would get there.
So from that, she wouldn't be able to make a solid case as to why she can see spirits.
Nah,
on this plane.
Not from that information. No.
Okay, cool. I think that would be the only thing that she's probably going to get about the Fae. So the other thing she would probably look for, I don't know which section it would be in, would be like ghosts.
I think.
Do you need me to make a separate check? Or...
I will. But yeah, I think Adrian, like, you like walk past like ghosts. He like points you over to a section with like, not folk tales, but like
Halloween decorations all over
like a bestiary, like a monster manual.
Okay.
With like a bunch of different things on the different classifications of creatures, things like that.
How long would I have been reading that book for? Do you think?
Long enough. Not long enough where the spell would have ended.
Okay.
You can. 14 plus 3, 17.
Again.
Okay. So you're looking for ghosts, spirits, and ghoulies.
Ghoulies. Things that go bump in the night.
Yeah. What specifically are you looking about them?
Obviously the spell Speak with Dead is an ability that people will use to communicate with spirits. She'd probably be looking for stories, folklore, retellings of people being able to do that without casting a spell. To see if there was any similar things to what she could do.
I'd say probably have to take a few books for that because there wouldn't be anything in one spot.
Yeah.
But obviously, you as the player and Maeve as the character would know that, for different reasons, that undead are around.
Mm-hmm.
They're not common, but they are around, and there has obviously been instances where undead can be communicated with, different senses. You know, like you think liches, they are like there were people who willingly make themselves undead.
Yeah, look at Cassian. He was undead.
Yeah, another one is vampires.
Yeah.
The other thing you read, like revenants, are entities that are fueled by revenge, that keep themselves alive and have more semblance of like humanity, and like you can have a conversation with a revenant rather than just hearing like the grumbles of a zombie.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like stories of people speaking to undead, those are like the main common ones, but there are like the occasional bit of like priests of Cairo, or like how the priest said, those who have like an affinity to undead. Yeah, those who walk the line between life and death do have some way to speak to the dead.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that is described to be similar in a way to Maeve. Obviously every instance is different, but like speak to them in a similar way where you can see them when others can't, and you can communicate with them to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
But it obviously changes depending on the person.
Okay. I think another thing that she would search for, being in like this sort of section with, you know, the bestiary and all that, and the other, she'd probably look for a book on
Morden Schleinen's Tome of Fires. Yeah.
yeah. She'd look for a tome, like a book, something to do with pacts.
He's a wizard of fairy. Something to do with pacts, like warlocks.
Yeah.
I
think you know when you're like reading through stuff and you're like, maybe it's in there. No, probably not. But I'll check anyway because I don't think it's.
There is obviously a way on like a section like magic and how people are able to channel spells. You would see that there are few books on warlocks. You can assume that is because the act of making a pact is usually something sinister.
Yeah.
You think of like devils making pacts, demons, like abyssal. It's demons. Sorry, I meant to say like aberrant creatures, things like that. You know, undead.
Yeah.
Usually not the nicest thing. I will still allow you to make a check, but I will say you have disadvantage on this check, just for the lack of books that are available to you. Oh, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
you need
can,
a premium membership card.
You could find like, yeah, you need to buy the Golden Tomes library card.
How much is it? I'm kidding.
I can go find it if you want. I do.
5 platinum.
No, it's gold, of course.
And 99 copper.
But yeah, you couldn't find anything on.
Yeah,
warlocks,
I didn't
because
expect
it is like a topic that isn't.
Plus, she's not like she's aware that this has been happening before that anyway. So that was probably just a shot in the dark. But the last thing that she would look at is Cairo.
Okay, so you're like walking over. I'll say at this point the spell's probably faded. It's been more than an hour.
That's fine.
And you probably walk over. You see Drac like, oh fuck, that guy got disintegrated. There's a diagram of a guy, and then sunlight, and then dust. And you can see Drax reading like 101 Gods for Dummies. The gods, where are they now?
Do you want to know more?
Yeah. So you're looking for
The
specifically
latest
on.
scandal with Solista and.
Oh.
Oh,
What were you looking for Kyra? Just so I
it
can.
doesn't matter, does
Really
it?
I'm just
What were you
wondering.
looking for? Because you can't find it.
Because some of the
What?
some
Tell
of
me
the,
what you want so I can tell you
No,
to fuck
'cause
off.
some of the knowledge you might know, so I can just give you information without needing to check. Because obviously some of it Maeve might just know.
It's just the same, pretty much the same sort of stuff that she asked the priest to see if any of it is different in the books.
No, I mean you would probably be like you'd open the book on Cairo and just read essentially one for one what the guy was saying to you. I'd be like,
Okay.
oh, this isn't enough. Poof, close the book. Yeah, you're
Right.
you're fact checking,
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much.
and it's like it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah, she's gonna look very defeated. Probably shut the book and put it back on the shelf, and then like sit down in the chair in like a huff. Probably maybe
Crossed
go over to like
arms
the
and
romance
everything.
section and like pick up a book and just like sit in the corner like. "Ooh."
You're idiot. Cassie's just like sitting over your shoulder, like, oh.
Dave, are you okay? Why are you pouting?
I just can't find what I'm looking for, but it's
I'm
Why
pouting
is your
to
face
that one.
so red?
story of my life.
Maybe I can maybe I can help you. I've been here before.
I would explain the list of the things I've just looked for. So, basically, let me just do the Maeve's voice. I'm essentially looking for the reason I can look around, speak with the dead without casting a spell. It's ever since I was a child. I have no idea why.
You can speak with it.
Huh?
When
Did
did we
you
learn
say
this?
you could speak to dead people? No.
What the fuck?
You might be blessed by Chiro or maybe Alboros.
This is why I've been researching Cairo, but I went through a phase. It looked a little bit awkward, and did a lot of praying, and it never. I think if I was chosen, then I would have heard something about it. But no.
Yeah, I can relate. It is scary to place your faith in something and hear nothing back.
Mm. Well, I have one last option, but probably not. Looks around the library. Here. Maybe a more private setting. But thank you.
Sure. We'll talk later.
The offer.
Okay, so the next person on that list was Cass. So Cassie. Oh no, sorry, it was Slab. Slab, what are you looking for, buddy?
It was just more information about that guy.
Oh, that's true.
That,
You're all in the same section. You're all crouched around the same
Hey, Slap.
Gods for Dummies.
Hello.
Yeah, can you make me an investigation check? In my notes. There it is. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just take Drax's book. Because Drax was already looking at the god book, like, mine, so I didn't even have to search for it.
Hey,
I want to read that.
I'm reading that.
Didn't sound like it.
Yeah, that's at the point, Drac, where you change to the people getting smited rather than the
Yeah,
god
I'm like
book.
taking out the bookmark and put it in the book so I know where I left off.
Fine, I'll look at the guy getting disintegrated. So...
Oh, it does an image.
So Mandalum is the goddess of disorder and revelry. Some of the, for in D&D terms, the example of the names would be like trickery. Jesus Christ, I messed that up. Trickery domain, passion domain, and community domain clerics. Their tenets include like embracing the chaos of disorder and finding joy in the unexpected, and different, because I'm using the word chaos, but different to how demons and those sort of creatures like
it's chaos in a good way, as in like
it's like the everyday whimsy of
Fun
life.
chaos, not dark chaos.
Yeah, like where is it? It's like, yeah, revel
Like
in
deciding to taste something new you saw on Fantasy Facebook.
Yeah. Like finding the spirit of revelry and like finding like an atmosphere of fun, playing harmless tricks that bring laughter, but it specifically does say avoiding like harm or injury or malice, like challenging the social norms and encouraging free expression and things like that, and like finding beauty in the unpredictability of life and things like that. Sort of just a cool gal. I don't know what other way to put it. They're just pretty cool.
Yeah, but basically, as well as in like, would you know like the area like usually the people who worship this god?
Yeah, a lot of people in Arcadia worship Mandalum. Because a lot of people in Arcadia are creatives, like artists and musicians and playwrights, and that's sort of like her, one of her like domains. Some people in the Esperal dynasty also.
I always forget which one's which.
There's a map.
Yes, I am looking at the map.
The Esperal dynasty is the one in the bottom left, the purple one.
Yeah.
And the Ephyros is the top right one. Is it yellow? Or is it green?
Yellow is right.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at it. I was just trying to guess from my brain. Map. Oh yeah, so it's just the one on the far right, the yellow one with the yellow outline. Usually, like the capital of Ephyros and Arzetus both do follow like Mandalum a lot, like some of the higher ups there, because they are the two towns that are the most like creative in the simple term, artists, musicians, things like that.
So now Slab is thinking that he needs to go visit these places.
Cool.
Eventually.
It's annoying that the highest roll is so simple. But really, there's not much more I can say.
The thing is, Slab's really only come over here because it's like, I don't want to be by myself, and Slab wants to be by himself over there. I have no interest in reading, so I may as well
He's found the pictures of people partying.
Well,
You just found, Dragon Ball. Let's read this.
He found a comic book.
It's just more.
It's called The Goblin and His Grilled Cheese.
No, he ate it.
The best-selling book for the past 50 years.
It's like the
Oh my
very
god,
hungry.
the
It's like
goblin's name is Grilled Cheese. The
It's
Adventures
like-
of Grilled Cheese.
It's like the hungry caterpillar.
Yes.
Can we also look to see if the actual measurement's been changed to a chuck?
So you find a book about like anything but the metric system, written by
Measuring for Dummies.
Measuring for Dummies, and you see a small
Measuring for Cooks.
Oh god! And you see that's really sad if you think about it. And you see in like a corner, this is clearly like more like rather than like a book that's been like recreated. It's like a journal, like a notebook with loads of different entries. And you see one of the more recent ones is there has been this wave of people using 4 foot and calling it a chuck. No one knows why this happened. ... and that's it. But with the nat 20, there you go. That's what you get.
Yes.
And you remember, wasn't Chuck that guy tried to play in that performance?
The best person in that play.
The really dumb guy. But yeah,
Stupid name. Great
Chuck
liar
was-
player.
Chuck was specifically written to not be the best person in that play. He was a complete oaf.
yeah. I wonder who said that.
Shame he was unkillable.
True. Literally. No one has any idea what we're talking about, including one of the players.
He said, "Trust
Um,
me," and then he
and-
fall in the pit and didn't die.
Lastly, for the library, Artron, what are you looking for? Because I honestly have forgotten.
So I was looking at it's twofold. He's looking at old legends of gods who would like choose a mortal avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there was nothing there was a separate avenue of investigation.
Okay, yeah, make me an investigation check.
Any particular investigation? Oh, sorry, investigation.
Did I miss Cass? Oh, I did miss Cass. I'll go back.
did.
I'll go back afterwards. Oh,
How
9.
dare you?
with a 9, that's sad for a wizard.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
are
look-
libraries supposed to be your thing?
Sorry. You look on books for like champions of gods, avatars, things like that. You get like the only book you find is on the two that you know. You find Neve and you find Erevan. Not very helpful, but I can't give you much within one.
Erevan's like an official.
Yeah, Erevan. His official thing is like the Herald of the Moon. Let me find it. I have it in my notes. I don't know, I probably shouldn't give you this key roll 1, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll just read you what I have in my notes. Erevan is a demigod directly under Odaluna. He acted as her head priest and patron saint in her name. I can't give you that information because you're on the one. And I don't think it'd be in the book because this is all personal stuff. He was known to fight many battles in her name, and more recently now, he acts as a messenger of Odaluna. You remember, like Selene, he was like his patron essentially. And you also know that he is said to be one of the first, if not the first, Dialisto Lunakin, who are the people of the moon. He was said to be one of the first, if not the first of them. And that's all I'll give you with a 1. It's probably more than I should give you. And then you hear about Neve, what I've told the various people.
The other thing that he was looking at is celestial events approximately 3 years ago.
Celestial events probably 3 minutes ago. Yeah, make me an investigation check.
Come on, no whammies.
There we go.
14, 16. Where is it in my notes? Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, I have a what's it called? It's not working. Timeline, but all the text is really small.
Oh, no.
Celestial events 3 years ago. I don't think you find anything specific from 3 years ago. Yeah, I think even with a 16, which is better than average roll. I don't think you find any specific celestial events from 3 years ago. But that is, I'm just telling you that as a confirmation. You don't find anything because there isn't anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then.
Okay, cool. I'm just double checking. Yeah. Cool. So you're confident that you can't find anything written down specifically about celestial events 3 years ago. So Cass, what were you looking for? Sorry, I forgot before.
Basically the same as Maeve. I try to help her find what she's looking for.
Maybe you can make a better roll.
So
Was there any I didn't get
there
all the
was-
information on?
There was a roll on Warlocks. And
Well,
then
you
there
rolled
was
the
a
natural
roll-
1 twice.
There was a roll on Warlocks, and then the last one was on Cairo. So I'll say with the Warlock one, I will let you make a check, but it's unlikely I can give you much more information because of the books that are there. But you can try.
Yeah, fair enough. Just straight intelligence?
Just investigation.
Oh. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. Oh my god.
5? Find about the same as Maeve. I think with it's not for a lack of trying. there just isn't many books out
Yeah.
there on warlocks and pacts, which I think makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the last bit's on Kyra, so if you can make me another check.
Oh my god, a
Oh,
6.
God.
I hate this.
A 6. Kyra. Kyra
These are
is
not alphabetically ordered. Wait, what is this? Why
what?
is there
Oh.
a soup recipe book in the warlock
Oh,
section?
you're gonna have to tell Adrian about that. He's gonna be pissed. It will slap.
Yes,
Oh,
man,
that's why I put the
random.
book.
Kyra, also known as the Hanged Bat, is the god of death, letting go, and new beginnings for D&D. Their example domains are death, grave, and knowledge. I don't know why knowledge is there. I don't know. It makes sense. It made sense at the time. Their tenets include not running from death and like embracing it when it does happen, upholding the sanctity of afterlife, and ensuring that souls get a peaceful transition. Finding like renewal and new beginnings, because everything in life is a start to a new journey. Yeah, with a 6, that's sort of all I can give you because it was a pretty low roll.
I'm sorry, Maeve. I couldn't find anything.
That's okay. Don't worry.
It's like you found the book, but the rest of the
I
text is like
have failed
blurred
you.
out. You need glasses.
I can just see Cass going over to Maeve, and Maeve closes the book really fast.
She's reading fully. Just
Wait, the
smug.
lusty kobold mate? What are you reading?
No.
Tusk Love.
Oh.
Oh god. Who's
Um,
Oscar?
Cool. I think that's everything for the people at the library. Simon,
Just
what
gotta
do you-
say
yeah?
before we go to Sidon,
Mhm.
this building, doesn't
Yeah.
it look like a fucked up face?
Oh
like,
no!
There's one eye.
Oh no, it
There's
does.
the other.
Oh god!
Wait, what?
Look, hold on. Circle, eye, circle, eye, mouth,
Yeah.
teeth. Oh
Thing
god!
is as well though.
Oh,
I don't, I'm gonna ruin it again even more.
ruining it.
Wait, is
This
there a
whole
forbidden
thing.
section in the library?
It's not forbidden section. It's just stuff that's like locked behind. Well, not out in the open, but you know it's not
Colour.
there.
But
What are you trying to do?
Get into the forbidden section.
Not
No.
you, Matt. I heard you were
This-
going to do. Matt's doing something weird.
looks like a whole face, as in like there's the eyes,
Oh
the mouth.
god! Anyway, Simon, what are you
Asher
doing?
that works really hard on this map.
I spent
I'm
ages. on
sorry.
this. I didn't spend ages on the building. I placed that in, but the map. Simon, what are you doing?
Well, after everyone goes off, he goes to the House of the Sun.
Mhm.
Is there anywhere sort of private, just sort of?
There's
it's
like,
so.
yeah, we'll say there's a few, not like confessionals, but like there's a
No.
few
Praying booths.
not like praying booths. There's like a slight, not outside section, but past the main statue, there's like a part that is strictly like for silence, and like you can have like almost like a hospital curtain. There's curtains like divided if you
Yeah.
don't want to be seen, with some like symbols of Celestone. Like above you can see there's like your sun's coming in, things like that.
Well, as I walk in and I walk past that statue, I look. I take a moment and I look up at it. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, I don't know what this is. This will work. And then I'll make my way into these
Mhm.
more quiet areas.
Yeah.
And I'll get into I'll sort of sit on the ground and get into a sort of meditation posture as I bring my fist together, and I will just go, I don't know if you can hear me, Neve, but I was hoping you could help me meditate and try and bring some form of control to my turbulent spirit, soul. I don't know. And as I finish saying that, I'll actually summon my astral visage to be in front of me.
Okay.
And
So
I'll try and meditate.
So you sit there,
Mhm.
your astral visage like in your hands in front of you.
Mhm.
As you're taking the breaths in, you smell like burning incense. And you close your eyes. And you begin to feel a presence somewhat familiar to you before. Like obviously the sun is above you in this room, but you feel like a warmness coming from like your chest. And like the points where your astral visage is like contact with you. You feel your eyes like unbiddenly open. And this meditation, not interrupted, but is guided to a scene. A familiar room, though it's been a while. It's small and homely. There's a bed in one corner, messy and unkempt. There's a drawer, a desk, and a window that's open, letting in the sun, the curtains to the side, sort of beaming onto you now standing in the familiar bedroom of the room you had at the temple. And you feel this flood of memories sort of come back to you of your time there. Some of them positive, some of them less so. And I'll ask, what are you doing while you're in this space? You can move around. Interact with it as you want to.
I'll go to the desk and I'll have a little bit of a giggle at the unkemptness of the room. If I look out of the window, do I see like the courtyards and
Yeah. You
stuff like
see the courtyards. You smell the like familiar smells, and you can see small like you get memories of training at that spot, or sitting in like the grassy field over there, or by the stream. And as you're sort of taking in the space, reliving those memories, you hear a knock at the door. Like a soft knock.
Yeah, I'll open it. Hello?
You open the door, and you see the familiar long white hair and golden eyes of Neve staring back at you. She wears like long white robes, not too dissimilar from yours, with like a yellow silken trim. I'll send the image of this. I can't remember if I ever sent this one before. I put it into general.
Yeah, you
I
did.
think you did.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
She, as she looks at you, she clearly has like conflict in her eyes, and she says, "Can I come in?"
Yeah, sure.
She
Sorry for the mess.
she walks in, moving to that windowsill that you were looking at before, and like sitting on the ledge of it. Though you can tell she's definitely not relaxing, as she is like staring intently at you. Like her eyes never leave you. And she just says, as tenuous as the last few weeks have been, it is good to see you.
Likewise.
And I'm glad you saw sense.
Yeah. That was a bit of an error. You know, I've been thinking a lot about it, and if that happened like 6 months prior, before I met like any of this group, I feel like I may have stayed that course, but I've really got to like these people, and I don't want to be a liability. I don't want to be a hindrance.
That's good. People can change you.
Mm.
And she like giggles to herself. I assume that Helene wasn't what you were expecting either.
That surprised me. Especially that howler, he said to find her before she found him, but what I found there was just an innocent girl. She not a demon hunter or someone who could look like they could do anything to him.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah.
But Jack pauses. She was going to say something, but she stops herself. I want to help.
Mm.
I do. But I need to make sure that you're trustworthy.
I understand.
There are multiple forces at work that are attempting to restore the strength of old, but by my word, I can't say any more. However, as I think you know, I'm still unable to physically return to Periphalon. So while I'm recovering, I would ask something of you, and I planned on asking you this before, but she pauses. Yeah.
I went the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Admitting you went the wrong direction is the start. I want you to... I'm trying to find the right words. I want you to become my agent of order, as you will, against this threat.
I would I'd be honored to be your agent of order, but it's hard to explain. I am who I am. I don't want to be an agent of chaos, but if I were to become an agent of order, would I have to change my whole personality? Would I have to become someone else?
Being an agent of order does not mean you have to change yourself to commit to order in every sense of the word. It was more just a title that I was workshopping. I believe that there is good in you. However, I need to make sure that I'm not making a mistake. And if you want to accept this, the flames of... She pauses. My flames will begin to banish any chaos that still has hold in you. And she just gestures to the hand where the mark was before. And it won't change who you are. It will be a light against darkness, so to say.
That I like the sound.
However, I've been instructed to say that if you if I give you this, and you stray back down to chaos, those same flames will begin to burn you.
I understand.
If you would prefer to go without, then I respect your choice, and I will leave you alone for good. But if you want to become something more and feel like you're not a burden to the people around you, I can do that.
I want to prove myself. I want to protect these people. I want to protect Helene. I won't stray this path again. And he will sort of go to the ground with his like on his knees, with his hands on his knees, and give a very deep bow with his eyes closed.
Hops down from the windowsill and looks down at you, saying, "Now, it is important to protect anyone who you feel needs protecting. However, Helene is a special case, and she might need some guidance. But her wound is not unfamiliar to me, and I need you to promise that you will do all in your power to keep her safe and away from harm."
You have my word.
You see, she puts a hand sort of slightly above your shoulder, and gestures for you to rise up, with her hand moving.
And I will.
And you see, she then puts her hand out in front of you, palm facing up. Now, if you do this, there isn't any going back. Solista is not a forgiving mistress, and I don't give more than one chance. And you've already broken that trust at least once.
My friend, Cass, she told me I'm very lucky, and that normally you don't come back from chaos, but I want to prove that I can.
You are very lucky, and I think if it were some other people's will, I don't think you would still be breathing. But just know, as I said before, these flames will burn you if you do the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
So do not forget the kindness being shown to you this day. And you watch as, from her hand, you see light beginning to grow from the creases on her palm. And she says, "Put your hand above mine."
Okay, and I do.
As you do so, you feel you feel your hand begin to tingle, if that makes sense, and it begins to glow that same divine light that she is glowing with, and you feel it start to burn you almost. It's warm on the verge of being too much. Can you make me a con save?
Seven.
As you grit your teeth, you feel that heat and that burning. It's overwhelming. You take 10 points of fire damage. As you feel that energy from the demonic forces that have attached itself to you begin to fade away, begin to burn away from the light of Neve and the light of Solista. As you're gritting your teeth, you feel it being replaced with a promise, with a vow to become an agent of order and a force for good. And as your eyes open in those last moments in that room, you see Neve softly smiling, and you hear her voice say, "Good luck. May we speak soon." And you come to, and if you give me a second, change something about your character sheet.
Ooh.
Where is Sidon? There is Sidon. Hi, Sidon. How are you doing?
Delete character.
Dead.
When did you read my notes? I did say Solissa liked to disintegrate people.
Yeah.
I think she just threatened me with that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Sorry, I'll get back into character now.
Let me just double check that's worked.
So we all level up, right?
No,
No.
Only
Sergeant.
no, just Pete. I'm joking.
Mm.
Cool, Pete. If you check your feats, one of them should be gone and one of them should be there.
Okay, just refresh the page. Just to
He's only got 1 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
That was the deal.
Yeah.
She burned one of his feet.
Okay.
Cool. So while
Simon
you're reading
will
that,
wake up without the food.
yes.
That's
So
horrifying.
while you're coming to sense, we will go back to the rest of you. Is there anything you guys are doing? Because we will end pretty soon.
There is something I wanted to do before we end, but I don't know if it's going to be too...
Hey, Maeve, I found the adult book section.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't take, if it's any more than like 20 minutes, I'll say yeah.
I don't think it's that long.
You go for it.
I want to find a secluded area. Just like a space.
What are you
where
gonna
Maeve...
do?
No, just a place where Maeve can like sit down and be with her thoughts for a minute.
She
In the
really
library
is
or just
going to the
anywhere?
adult book section.
Or maybe like the upstairs of the library. I don't know. There's like a quiet
Yeah, you can
section.
find like a secluded spot. Cool. Yeah, you can find a secluded spot.
And I'm just gonna pick up that phone in my brain.
Ring.
Ring.
Banana phone. Yeah, you feel that connection form.
And she'd just be like, Sable?
Yes.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I have many moments. What do you need?
A conversation, really. I have a lot of questions, and I know that you're busy, so if now isn't a good time, then I can check back later.
No, go ahead. I'm all right. Right now, I'm literally sitting here with my feet up.
Well, as you're aware, we fought Deirdre.
Yes.
We did leave the Fae. I didn't tell you when we did, but I'm telling you now. So,
Don't worry, I was aware.
Okay. When we were under the Court of Shapeweavers, something happened with Deirdre, and well, let's just say everybody now knows what my mother's like.
Ah,
Yes.
a treat.
Mm-hmm. But it got me thinking, and I don't know who else to ask, and I've spoken to a priest, don't tell Gethin. I've been reading.
He hates Jesus.
He doesn't like Cairo.
No, I know, yeah. No, it's just like, I spoke to a priest, don't tell Dad. I didn't do it. Forgive me, Father, for I've wet.
I just have questions about... Well, you've known me probably the longest.
I have known you for quite a while.
Okay, this is part of the questions. When did you find me?
Well, she like thinks back. You can feel her leaning back on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Her feet go even higher.
yeah. From what I recall, I don't know why I say that. I know it for sure. A portal was open between the Lord of Shades to somewhere near your home, which allowed me to sense nearby things, which led me to finding you. I came to what I now know is your home to figure out what I was sensing, and to my surprise, you could see me and insisted that I showed you everything I could. So I did. And that was... Well, I actually don't know how old she was, but it would have been that first time.
I think she was about 5.
I would have said 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you know I was... The thing I'm trying to figure out is the abilities that I've had since I can remember. I don't know how they came to be, and I don't know why I can speak with the dead, and I just want to know why.
I wish I could be of help, but I, hand on my not beating heart, honestly, am unsure. When I found you in Periphalon, I was surprised you could see me, because I hadn't, I have this sort of, not ability, but this talent. When I'm in Periphalon, I can... How you see the ghosts. I don't seem like one of them, but I can only really be seen if I choose people to. Unless they can speak with ghosts. And you could see me, and I know I didn't let you do that. So that let me know you were special, but I didn't know why. I still don't.
Are there any others like me?
In what way?
Have you ever found anyone else?
I mean, there are other people who could see ghosts, but it was a very specific set of circumstances that allowed me to find you. The
only reason I ask is when we went to the Moorlands, we went with Kaelin, and the spirits there, they said he was special, and he could communicate with them.
I can't be entirely sure, but from what I gathered, he seemed to have, finding the best words to put it, one foot in the grave, so to speak. Not too dissimilar to how Cassian's essence used to be. However, since I never met him in person, I can't confirm. I only sort of saw him once or twice.
They did mention that he would be like them. I wondered. That's probably a conversation to have with Kaelin. How did Gethin react when you brought me to the Fae? I don't remember it well.
Well, when I brought you, I wasn't planning on it, but you persistent. So I showed you around the court, not any of too much, just Amber. And when you asked about the big castle in the woods, so I showed you to it, and the door was open, and you happened to see the big grey man in the chair. So naturally there was a conversation where I mentioned some of the things you could do, and so did he. Oh, so did you, I'm sorry, to him. And he asked if you wanted, not a job, because you were like 5, but if you wanted trying to think of the right word, as I'm trying to think of the right word. A place with similar people. And thus, you were you. And time goes on.
Well, still no concrete answers, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime.
I hope things are better now that Deirdre's dealt with.
Well, there haven't been any incursions in the Court of Shades. I've heard about some others in the Court of... Fucking hell, I've forgotten the name of it. The Court of Creation has had a number of attacks.
Whew. No, it's not us that fucked up the whole thing.
What's his name? Malik has been frustrated, to say the least, about all the demons, though, as a court, they are used to dealing with and locking up extra-dimensional things, so it's not out of their wheelhouse. But everything's gone back to normality. You can hear the air quotes. So, yes.
Well, I think that's all I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, I'll no doubt bug you again. Thank you.
Don't worry. I am at your disposal.
Bye!
And if anyone, unless anyone wants to do something in the immediate, pausing for anyone wants to do anything in the immediate.
Simon will
I want a
make
longer
way
explanation of all the gods.
No. Pete, what did you say, sorry?
if they're still at the library, how long would it take time to walk over to the library and catch up?
A decent amount of time, I think. Like a good, Simon walk.
5
I assume
hours.
Simon walks pretty quickly.
It was
A
quick.
good, probably half an hour at a slightly quick pace.
He power walks.
Yeah. If you were like speed walking, maybe a good
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I'll try and catch up to him. At the,
Yeah. I mean, they've
library
been
then.
reading for ages, so
Yeah.
you'll be fine. So yeah, we'll say you walk over to the library probably as they're all just finishing up their research. And we'll say it's about 3:30, maybe getting closer to 4. in the afternoon, and that is where we'll pick up next time.